camera around and they face backwards
Really?
every time. Now,
We live?
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Welcome to S.O.W. Stream of Wisdom. This is the Houston branch. We're located off of 155 Ken Forest Drive, Missouri City, Texas, 77498. Class days and times have not deviated, but if you're new to the channel, right? If you're new to the channel, our class days.
Say it one more time.
If you're new to the channel, our class days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then, of course, you're in our Sabbath morning class, which begins at 10. And as you see, we're almost right on the dot, 10 to 2, or however the Spirit leads. We have another location in San Antonio. Still staying out here, Texas bound, San Antonio, 4444 Walsham Road, Suite 201, San Antonio, Texas, 78218. Class days and times are the same as ours, but they start 30 minutes later and they end about an hour later. Okay? Their Sabbath class, they're starting right now as well, and they go a little bit longer than us. All right, then we got another location out in Virginia. That's 1610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. All right, their class days and times are Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 to 10 p.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. Shabbat class is from 12 to 4. Another location out in Rochester. Rochester, they're at 1600 Lowell Ave, Suite 1A, Rochester, New York, 14066. Their class dates and times are the exact same as Virginia's. Whichever school you want to watch, whichever one of our locations, we all come with the same message. All right. So don't trip on if you want to go to this class one day and then go to check out another one another day when you're watching online. You might want to just catch all classes because you can catch a class every day of the week almost. We do have a feast coming up. The feast coming up is Purim.
Yeah, it's March 12th and 13th.
Okay, so Purim is March 12th and 13th. Blog Talk is still popping. We still got the other YouTube channels. Make sure you're checking out our shorts that we're putting up from the media team. Quad's holding that down. Kids class, we have that here in Houston at 11 a.m. Okay, and that's not streamed. But if you do have small kids and you want to bring them through. We do have kids class for them. We do have a TikTok and an Instagram. So_children of light. Israelware is still popping. We also have chosen creation. Chosen creation, you can get woodwork done. Anything that you metal work done. Anything that you have in your mind that you want made up on some type of woodwork or painting or metal work. If you want something engraved, Chosen Creations can take care of that for you. And then also, they're still doing the Fringe Dub subscriptions. If you want a Fringe t-shirt, headband, hit them up. We have Hebrew Academy in Virginia and Rochester every Monday. Here in Houston, though, we do it every Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah. And then
Brother sound like you got a lot of coffee.
Really?
Brother sound turned up.
Really? Is that what it is?
Turned up on this Shabbat. Turned up.
If you need to reach a priest or teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 757-300-4047. Or you can reach Priest Quatazak at 303-557-8979. Or Priest Zainala.
You supposed to say Zayanala.
Zainala, right? Right. Theatrics. 346-234-8340. And And if you want to send any donations, alms, priest offerings, something to help out the school, something to help beautify the school, or just support us in any way monetarily, please hit up one of the priests whose number I've just mentioned, and they can give you a good address or a good Zelle where you can send that money, or if you want to send anything for the school. I remember there was a time brothers and sisters were sending apocryphers to us. Well, we gave them all out. So,
That was years ago, fam.
yeah, that was. We gave them all out.
A long time ago. We haven't received any books or anything like that in a minute, so.
God,
We get it. Times is different.
definitely.
You help out. Somebody needs it.
Yeah, sometimes new people come through. We let them hold the Bible. They walk out with the Bible. We let them hold the apocrypher. They walk out with it.
Yeah.
It's okay. At least they get in the word. But we do need to be able to re-up on those items. We do have a business, Sweet Ambiance. You can support the business, especially if you like smelling good, at sweetambiance.com. And you got your perfume scents, your cologne scents, your Blue Day Chanels, your Coco Mademoiselles, whatever you like smelling like, or whatever your favorite fragrance is. I can almost guarantee that you can get it on Sweet Ambiance. All right, and that's it for the announcements.
That was very impressive. That's it for the announcement.
And we're done.
Right?
Hey, it's
All right, well,
it's me.
same old program. We're gonna open up with the prayers, and then we're gonna be in Psalm 73 through 77. So let's get the show on the road. It's just us.
Right.
Just us. Oh, right?
Yes, sir. I am Lisa.
And that's the old school. Extra space
Yeah.
in the back. Extra back. It's very spacious. A little bit more tight. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Hahawa.
Hawa.
Natham Lanawa.
Lanawa.
A war.
Zayawam.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
That's blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that gives to us the light this day. The light represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we attain through the scriptures. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Let your light so shine before men so they can see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Hahawa.
Hawa.
Natham Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Rayach.
Rayach.
Nayachacha.
Nayachacha.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
That's blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that gives to us the sweet savor. The frankincense and myrrh represents our prayers going up to the Most High as a sweet savor. Psalms 141 verse 2 says, "Let my prayers be set forth before thee as incense."
Imadium, Wapanya, Yerushalayim.
Rise and face Jerusalem.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Hahawa.
Hawa.
Natham Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Hashabat.
Hashabat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen. That's blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that gives to us the Sabbath in peace. Thanks. So be it.
This is Psalms 121. Aina Shah.
Aina Shah.
Ayyan Yam Ya.
Ayyan Yam Ya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Na'aya.
Na'aya.
Wabawa'a.
Wabawa'a.
Isaiah.
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 Wabawa'a.
Wabawa'a.
Ma Yahweh.
Ma Yahweh.
Sha'aisha.
Sha'aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
La'a.
La'a.
Yonathan.
Yonathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Yala'a.
Yala'a.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Shashawamar.
Shashawamar.
Yasher Allah.
Yasher Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamaria.
Shamaria.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalia.
Tazalia.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Yum Yum Yad.
Yum Yum Yad.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Yala'a.
Yala'a.
Hakaya.
Hakaya.
Bayawam.
Bayawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Halabana.
Halabana.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamaria.
Yashamaria.
Makal Rai.
Makal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Napasha.
Napasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Hawalakia.
Hawalakia.
Wa'aya.
Wa'aya.
Wa'aitan.
Wa'aitan.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
Aman.
Aman.
Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Shema Yasher Allah.
Shema Yasher Allah.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Echad.
Yahweh Echad.
Shema Yasher Allah.
Shema Yasher Allah.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Echad.
Yahweh Echad.
Shema Yasher Allah.
Shema Yasher Allah.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Echad.
Yahweh Echad.
That's here, Israel. Yahweh our power. Yahweh is one.
It's the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak with Ka.
Malak with Ka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Hawa.
Hawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Dalanawa.
Dalanawa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Kol.
Kol.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Basalachnawa.
Basalachnawa.
Bawathnawa.
Bawathnawa.
Basalachnawa.
Basalachnawa.
Bawathinawa.
Bawathinawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabianawa.
Tabianawa.
Messiah 1.
Messiah 1.
A ball.
A ball.
Awashina.
Awashina.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahata Ba'ara.
Wahata Ba'ara.
La'aiwalanyum.
La'aiwalanyum.
Aman.
Aman.
You find the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Aman.
Ha'aishara.
Ha'aishara.
Matazawa.
Matazawa.
The Ten Commandments.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yahaya.
Yahaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Aharyum.
Aharyum.
Alpanya.
Alpanya.
Thou shalt have no other powers before me.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laka.
Laka.
Sol.
Sol.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Ibadam.
Ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
La'ah.
La'ah. Alakwat.
Sham.
Sham.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashawa.
Bashwa.
Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy power in vain.
Zakar.
Zakar.
Hayawam.
Hayawam.
Hashabat.
Hashabat.
Lakodashwa.
Lakodashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Kabad.
Kabad.
Abaka.
Abaka.
Wa.
Wa.
Amaka.
Amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Aratazak.
Aratazak.
Thou shalt not murder.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Tana'ah.
Tana'ah.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Taganah.
Taganah.
Thou shalt not steal.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Ta'inah.
Ta'inah.
Shakur.
Shakur.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Tachamad.
Tachamad.
Kol.
Kol.
Asherah.
Asherah.
Lara'aika.
Lara'aika.
Thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Dam Yad.
Dam Yad. Aman.
Yeshavium means be seated.
Yes. Can you grab me a water? We are here. Taking bets on this. Taking bets on this freeze. Whether it's gonna freeze or not out here.
Taking bets.
We're supposed to get frozen on. We're supposed to get snow. Would you look at that? We're supposed to get snow on Monday. We're taking bets.
Monday?
I bet that it's gonna snow. I think we're gonna get that 3 to 5.
Yeah.
3 to 5, you're going down. 3 to 5.
Thought it was Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, but it's gonna kind of start Monday.
Monday.
Freezing temperatures. So,
Blast.
hey, a little change of weather ain't never gonna hurt nobody.
Yeah.
A little snow. You know what I'm saying? A little snow ain't never gonna hurt nobody. Get to kick in that 4-wheel drive. Nah, let's stop. Let's stop. They trash out here when it comes to driving.
One looks like he just came from the mansion.
You know, like one of the old cats of the midlife crisis.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
I ain't no midlife crisis.
Nah. Like he just rolling in the dough, you know, life is, everything's on cruise control.
Hey, any brother with a turtleneck looks like that. You look rich.
Yeah, you look rich.
Turtleneck make you look rich.
Wow.
You know?
I love it.
I didn't mean midlife crisis in a bad way though.
No, I got you.
You know, the cats see the midlife crisis, they go cop a Porsche
Or a motorcycle.
or a motorcycle
Or a turtleneck.
or a what?
Or a turtleneck.
Or a turtleneck. All you need is like a red hat
Oh, wow.
or like a yellow hat for like your yellow Porsche or your red Porsche. Drop the top in the winter,
Yeah.
skirt around town. Anyway, so we had we're in Psalms, right? We're in Psalm 73. Hey, and real quick, let me clear something up because I ain't gonna lie. I feel like my eyesight might be kind of fading just a little bit, and my Bible is small, and I had read something. You know, in Psalm 72, we was going over it, and I was saying, I think I said a Psalm of Solomon. Do y'all remember me saying that? Was I saying Psalm of Solomon? Because it says Psalm for Solomon. So I just want to clear that up, that it's not Solomon's psalm, it was written for Solomon by David, right? But for some reason, it's so small, I didn't notice it until I got home, and I looked inside my bigger Bible, and I'm like, wait, they don't say of, or they don't say, of, it says for. Got small print,
Psalm 70, sir?
Psalm 72, a psalm for Solomon. Even right now, I'm kind of struggling to see it. Maybe it's my fake prescriptions. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I gotta stop wearing glasses that I don't need because they make my eyes kind of blurry. Right? Yeah, but a psalm for Solomon, not of Solomon. So
You know, when you wear glasses, it makes you look rich.
I was trying to look rich
Studious.
with these glasses. I was trying to look studious, but
It's fine. Thank you.
for some reason, the glasses, man, they don't have a. Yeah, I see better without them. So, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. I think I was saying Psalm of Solomon, but it's Psalm for Solomon. Right? It's y'all's turn. We got our 10. Wait, what? Hey, Moshe said they got 10 inches of snow last week in Little Rock.
Oh,
Wow.
kind
Man. Oh, it's coming there. It's coming.
Yeah, 10 inches is crazy. Yo, y'all wildin'. Anyway, so we had Psalms 73. Right? So who's gonna be the first reader? Let's send the first reader up. Y'all wildin'. Boys. Y'all wildin'. Lakeisha's funny.
Sabbath Yahawada, Bon Yashra.
I'm a one-eyed czar, Shabbat the Shah, Yahweh, Abon Yashala, men of Israel, Almighty, Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Hang on, front. What's that temperature saying on that thermostat? What's that saying right now?
71.
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln.
That's like a sticky 71 up in here, though. Am I tripping?
No, you're not.
Maybe it's this leather unit that I got on. Full metal jacket. Okay, so these Psalms are about to get interesting, right? These Psalms are about to get interesting. Not that they haven't been. Not that they haven't been. All right, so right now, what, Psalm 73, a Psalm of Aasph? Who was Aasph? Does anybody know? Could we keep bringing him up? He keeps coming up. Who is he?
He was a singer. He's a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Levite. He was appointed by David.
You missed one thing that he did too. He played an instrument. He played an instrument.
Yeah, he played.
Yeah,
an
he
instrument.
played an instrument. Right? He played an instrument. But yeah, he was the chief. He was the chief musician. Like he said, singer, songwriter. You know, when you look at certain people's albums, it's like written by, produced by,
Right.
organized, the track selection by.
His name is Oliver.
The name is, yeah, he's all over it, right? Because he's that chief musician. So, but then we're gonna see that a lot of these psalms that we're about to go through, they're attributed to him. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. He goes all the way to about 83. Yeah, he got a nice little strong run of songs. He got like 10 songs in a row. 73, what's that?
So when I look at that, when it say like a song, it say a song of Aasph, it also has the little like notation, and then when you look at it, it says also it means for. So it say like a song for.
Okay, song for, song of.
And that go with the Solomon one, it say the same thing.
Oh, does it? Oh, the little, what notation are you looking at?
Like you see how it say a song, and then it has like mine says.
Oh, it has a little,
nine.
right, or for, right. I see what you're saying. Right,
Mine don't have that.
yeah, mine has that. It's the, you gotta get that upper
What song is
echelon.
it?
You gotta get the upper echelon Bible.
They'll pay $100 and some for your Bible.
Yeah. Right.
Man, what's
Well, no,
like,
I see what you're saying. It says or
it's
for.
like pocket change.
What's 73? You said?
Yeah, 73.
Oh, mine just says something.
See, in some Bibles, where it says Psalm for such and such, that's part of verse 1. That's part of the first verse. Like if you go to like the KJVA Bible online, they make that the part of the first verse.
They do.
Yeah, it's part of the first verse. If you listen to an audio Bible, he'll orate that as part of the first verse. So, you know, it's kind of good to know who wrote what, kind of who was saying what, and attribute to them their song or their writings, right? So, the reason why this is the thing. The reason why the Psalm for Solomon it makes more sense is because it's David writing it on behalf, or writing it for Solomon's edification, right? That's why I didn't want to say a song of Solomon, because then it makes it seem as if Solomon wrote this, but he didn't. Because even at the end of Psalm 72 and verse 20, the prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. That's important, right? Because if he's ending that, and it's showing you that Aasph is picking up at 73. I mean, it's just what it says. Right? Yeah, so this would be more of David writing a song for Solomon. And it's dope, right? It's dope because, you know, the things that he was saying about a king, which, I mean, you know, as a father, you definitely would want your son to be rolling this way as the king, right? Doing good in judgment, ruling the earth, everything yielding to your wisdom, right? So,
Question, so this basically 72 goes, give the king thy judgments, O power, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. This basically goes with 1 Kings chapter 2, when he says, keep the commandments of the Lord.
all right, show thyself a man.
Right.
It can. He's given a wisdom to Solomon. He's given those words of, you know, it's like he's ushering him into that role. Right. So yeah, it can. And it's dope because any king that was living righteous could take those same words and say, look, here, son, follow that, check that out. Right? It could be attributed to any king that was moving righteously, you know, as a blueprint. Right? These are the wisdoms you should be following and listening to. Yeah. So, but I just want to make sure that was clear, because I know I was saying of, and it comes off as if Solomon was the one that was writing it, but it was David that wrote Psalm 72 is David writing to Solomon. And then it says in verse 20, Psalm 72 and 20, the prayers of David, the son of Jesse, are ended. Now we're in Psalm 73 where we see Aasph, he's taking over. And the next 10 Psalms are attributed to him. Right? So let's read. So yeah, Psalm 73 and 1. Now let me ask y'all a question. I know a lot of the times we go to Psalm 73, I almost slipped, I almost stumbled looking at the prosperity of the wicked. Has anybody ever taken the time to read this chapter outside of those little verses that we pick out? Okay, so then this should be easy, right? But this is a very dope song. It's a very dope song because, you know, you can go to verse 2 down to verse 12 and be like, okay, that's it. But then when you write it down, you're like, damn, this cat was coming with the heat.
Yeah.
This cat was coming with some real heavy wisdom. You know what I mean? So let's just read it. Let me quit talking. Let me shut up. And let the Bible speak. Go ahead.
Psalm 73 and verse 1. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Truly, a psalm of Aasph. Truly, the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right, and you know, this is one of those conditions of the battle. Like when you go into the book of Ezra, this is one of those things that the righteous have to fight against. It's one of those, you know, it's one of the things that as a righteous man and seeing people around you not living up to code, but prospering, it makes you second question sometimes. Why do I gotta go that path? It's a real thought. And if you say that, well, that thought never hit me, I think, you're tripping. You're not human then. You're a superhero. Right? Because I believe that Aasph was a mightier man. He was a mightier man than any of us. And the thought even hit him. Right? And we see other righteous men where the thought also hit them, and some of them fell to those thoughts and gave in to the wicked, and some of them fought those thoughts and fought against that wickedness, right? But what is it? It's like what Yahweh Shai dealt with in Matthew the 4th chapter, a temptation. Hey, look, you can get this a different way, or hey, you can get this faster, right? And some of us, unfortunately, we entertain those thoughts, right? Some of us entertain the thought to a slip and fall. And some of us entertain to a little stumble, and you're like, oh wait, nah, what am I doing? Hold up. That ain't the way to do it. Because that slip, that little jot, that little is supposed to it's supposed to nudge you to the point where you're like, whoa, hold on, wait, that could have been bad. You know when you you know when you okay, so watch this. I remember the last time it froze out here in Houston, that real bad freeze. Right? How many times did brothers almost like take a battle? Like, what, and then, right? But then you think about it, you're like, man, if I would have fell, that would have been catastrophic.
You ain't getting that good.
Yeah, I'm breaking bones, elbow, arm, shattering my hip.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the point. That almost slip is supposed to make you, and we're gonna see that almost losing my footing was enough to frighten back on the right track. It was enough to course correct, where that's all some people need is a little bit of a losing the footing. That's enough, right, to course correct them, where some people gotta fall flat on their face. They gotta bust their head, they gotta land, like my guy Aasph a couple weeks ago. That man just stood and just face planted. Bah! Right on the
With his hands in his pocket.
Man had his hands in his pocket, stood there and just fell forward. Bow! You just heard right on the cement, right on the floor. I was like, wait, what's going on? That man, and then he just laid there, face on the floor. And I was like, come on,
like take your hands out.
yeah, take your hands out and pick yourself up. He just laid there. I was like, wow. He's a strong little dude, because all the other kids would have did that and died.
Yeah.
That man fell face first. Got up, looked around, face was, like he got snuffed up a little bit, but that's the point. Some of us literally have to face plant. Where you don't have to, but some of us have to learn the lesson. You didn't learn from the almost slip, almost losing the footing. You literally got to fall. And this is what he's going to articulate, that little bit of a slip, it jolted him to say, wait, let me reevaluate my circumstance and how the Most High is really dealing with me. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
And just think about what he's looking at. He's looking at how the wicked, how they're living, instead of saying, well, how is the Most High dealing with me? Because from the outside looking in, everything looks good until you start to examine it, right? Everything was looking good with like a P. Diddy, a young Dirk. Like, man, P. Diddy just riding this wave for 20, 30 years, man. He just moving and grooving, doing this thing, and then boom, out of nowhere, Lil Durk, and all these celebrities, they getting locked up, they getting caught up in calamities, they getting shot at, sued, bankrupt. Think about it. Think about when you start watching MTV Cribs, and you're like, man, I want to be like such and such. You know why they canceled MTV Cribs, right? You know why they stopped showing that? Anybody know?
No.
Because the celebrities were capping. These niggas was renting houses and cars and acting like it was theirs. So MTV was like, let's put a pause on that, because y'all front.
Oh, there was one, I forgot who it was.
Yes.
He brought him into the bedroom, and he was like, yeah, I never wear the same shirt twice. I always get restocked with new white tees or something like that.
Crazy. But some celebrities live like that. Like a Dr. Dre. This man had a whole wall full of Air Force Ones. He said he don't wear the same one twice. Fat Joe. And I believe it, because they always got on. But not every celebrity is living like that. But if you were getting caught up in the MTV era, and then Little Bow Wow got a bunch of rentals in the front of his house, and a rented house, an Airbnb.
Damn.
It was Airbnb for MTV Cribs. So they couldn't support the lifestyle that they put out there, right? When you got celebrities going bankrupt, you're thinking like, wait a minute, they're making millions, but how are they going bankrupt, right? How are they going bankrupt, right? You look at the wicked prosper in whatever arenas that they're in, and instead of looking at the truth of the matter, what happened?
Oh, no.
Instead of looking at the truth of how they're prospering, because that's one part of it, and then how they deal with the prosperity, that's another part of it, right? That's why a lot of the celebrities and just public figures, or just even regular men that prosper in a wicked way, they spin out of control. They crash out. At some point, they crashing out. And instead of waiting for that crash out, you start to crash out. That's crazy. You crashing out. You know, and I get it. You're restrained because you live in a certain type of life. You got the unity for the brothers. You got the unity for the sisters. You're abasing yourself and not pursuing your own endeavors for the benefit of others, right? And what? Everyone else gets to do whatever the hell they want. And then you start buy whatever they want, live wherever they want, eat, drink, whatever. And you sitting back like, man, they're not even following the Most High and look how they living. And I'm following and look how I'm living. But remember, we went through the class on Wednesday about approving ourselves as ministers, right? That's 2 Corinthians 6. And in tribulations and afflictions and tumults and fastings and all these different things to prove what we really are. The wicked ain't got to prove nothing but that they're wicked. And they prove it in the way they go about to attain riches, right? It's not righteous gain, it's trickery. They scamming, stealing, robbing, tricking, right? They prove who they are. But you got to prove who you are. Read on.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Right, because the wicked, what can they do when it's times of trouble? What do they rely on? They can turn to their carnality, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna get myself out of trouble. I'm gonna pay somebody off. I'm gonna knock somebody off.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna pay somebody. I'm gonna use my money or I'm gonna use my weapon. But what does the righteous have to do in that situation? We gotta think outside the box and say, well, you know, hey, if it come to that, I ain't on that. They got me on that, the weaponry. If it come to money, I don't got it. In abundance to pay my way out of something.
Right.
So I gotta use actual wisdom. Right? So I might have to communicate on a different level. I might have to be more transparent on a different level. Right? I might have to use different means of acquiring what I need in a righteous way. It might take longer. I might have to work harder. And that's the thing. It's the wicked they don't want to work as hard as you have to work as a righteous man and woman. They don't want to work. They just want to get it. That's what this generation, the microwave generation, the dope boy, the drill rap generation, for them it's all about now. Short term, quick. Let me chase that bag, right? Let me get a bag and let me blow the bag. Right? But there's no wisdom behind it. There's no longevity behind it. That's why half these dudes, they're gonna end up in jail broke. Right? A lot of our people, what are they doing? They're ending up, and it's because you don't see it on the news, because you don't hear about it in the tabloids, but just even the common people amongst us, right? They're getting wrapped up in calamities left and right because of the way they went about to live life, the way they went about to secure themselves, right? Where we're dealing in faith. It says a just man shall live by faith. But a just man is also keeping the law. That's what makes him just. But you're also having faith. You see that? It's the faith in Christ and the law of the Most High. That's what a just man is going to do. But the wicked, they're going to omit the law. Well, we ain't got to keep that. Just pray over it. We good. And the faith in Christ don't matter to them because I have faith in me. My money, my riches, my status. My status. Yeah, that's another thing. My status. Right? I'm going to use my stature to be able to excuse me. Look at Joe Biden. We talked about it yesterday.
Yep.
Getting his son off of crack charges and child underage allegations. Nigga was smoking crack on the computer. Bruh, and he got him off the hook. tax evasion. But he was able to use his status. And it shows you what they're about, because that's a perversion of justice. A righteous man, I don't care if it's your son or whoever, they're gonna let you go through that judgment. Right? But a wicked man, he's gonna like when you go into like Eli's sons, right? They were allowed to just run rampant.
Right.
They were allowed to go unchecked. But then you look at like a Samuel's sons, they was off, but Samuel wasn't standing for that. He didn't care if it was his sons or not. We ain't letting that ride. And that's how you see the difference between the wicked and the righteous. They're gonna stand for justice. The righteous will, regardless of who's in front of them. The judgment can't be perverted.
Right.
The wicked, oh, I gotta save my son. I gotta get him out of this jam. Y'all ever watch anybody ever watch the show Your Honor?
I saw the first never heard of it.
Y'all gotta watch that.
Actually, good show.
Something.
Your Honor?
Your Honor, it got the dad, it got an old boy from Breaking Bad. The dude from Breaking Bad from Breaking Bad. He's the judge. But basically, his son gets into a situation, and as the judge, he basically manipulates certain things so the blame doesn't have to be on his son. Right? And that's just a TV show. Can you imagine how often that really happens?
Economics life, right?
Yeah, of course. Because all they're doing is taking real life situations and putting it into a TV show that you can watch. But you know how many times prominent judges get arrested, their sons, their daughters, and they sweep it under the rug. They pull in the sheriff that arrested them. Hey, we need you not to file that report. We need you not to do this. We need you not to do that. We can't do that. We got to go to the judge and sit there as the righteous and take that punishment. But what do you got to do in that situation? Agree with that adversary quickly?
Yeah.
Right? Agree, and move on. And if you're not guilty, you fight it. You get your lawyer, do all that. But we don't have those. We don't have those those ways out like the wicked do, where they can use their stature and their money and combine the two to continue to be wicked. Right? Like I wouldn't be surprised if a P. Diddy got out of jail. You think I'd be surprised?
No.
If all of a sudden that man is out? Come on, bruh. He got dough. He got dough and he got influence. Obviously, there's people that's richer with more influence that's keeping him in there. But I would not be shocked if a P. Diddy got out. But then, just a few days ago, they executed a innocent man that they found innocent, been locked up in jail for 20 plus years, death row. They found the evidence to exonerate. They bring it, this happened here in Texas. They bring it to the governor. What does he do? Nah, execute him. Yeah, that happened,
Sorry, dogs.
that was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it's like the judgment was already set,
But
so
they
they didn't overturn it.
But they could have stayed his execution. They do it all the time.
Yep.
Right? But when they went back, the DNA evidence, they got some witnesses, right? He was falsely imprisoned. They get the evidence to show that it wasn't him, right? And they still put a man to death without true evidence. That's the point. Why? Because he wasn't a prominent man. He wasn't able to buy his way out of that situation or use a stature or go about to affect things in some wicked way. And that's some of those differences where you sit back and you're like, damn, bro, they got it good.
So he was found to be innocent? That was the ruling?
No. The ruling was guilty.
Come.
But you know when they do a not guilty, they do appeals.
Right.
Right? And so they did appeals. And then when they start to go back into the evidence, a lot of people that got convicted 20, 30 years ago, there was no DNA There was no way to check DNA, but now they can. So they can go back into the evidence, little swab of blood. Oh, that's not his blood. That's somebody else. Let's check the date. Oh, that was somebody else's blood. Wait a minute, we got the wrong guy. Let's get this witness back. And yeah, well, I kind of said that because I was paid to say it. Like he had a whole pastor, he had a whole preacher, which was the cop that arrested him, that came back and was like, look, he's not guilty.
Preacher was the cop.
The cop, he was a cop, retired and became a preacher. And he even came back and was advocating for this man. Yeah, they had, because they have like advocacy for prisoners that are wrongly accused, and they'll look at their case, they'll look at the evidence, and they'll go back and make sure it all matches up. Even the arresting detective said, look, he was falsely accused.
And they was like,
nah, we good.
We're gonna kill him.
Who's the governor? Abbott. Governor Abbott could have got him off.
That's crazy.
But then they stayed it for like a day or two, and then they ended up going through with it.
A day.
Yeah, that's wild. Like you had your last meal, and then you had to come back and have your last meal again. But that's the point that I'm making is Biden's son didn't even barely even saw a trial. Barely. He stood in front of the feds, in front of the Congress, and talked crap and acted like he was not guilty. But then Biden was able to step in and say, let me yank him out of this fire. Where we don't get those privileges as trying to uphold. And when I say we don't get those privileges, we're not going to get that from man. Most High will do it, right? Most High will do it. But the point is, as a whole, how many of our people are in jail unjustly, not guilty, nobody to fight for them, no money to fight cases, no money for lawyers. But like I'm saying, I won't be surprised if a wicked man like Diddy just slide on out. Slide on out, right back to his mansions, right back to partying, throw a little ankle bracelet on him, let him do his thing.
Yeah. Oh, that baby oil, that ankle bracelet's gonna
All
slide
that baby
off.
oil, he gonna slide. He gonna slide through the bars. All that baby oil,
It's gonna slide.
he's gonna slide through the bar. But that just real life instances of when you're looking at people do wrong, and then you're like, man, they can just get away with it. There's no death, there's no destruction. They can just get away with things. You can see where a man can almost slip. A woman can almost slip and say, man, look, you know what? When in Rome. And then you always gotta come back to what's true.
Right.
Go ahead.
It's not even just on them getting leniency on judgment. It's just them it could even be them just doing good. Yeah, they coming up as like, dang. Like I remember when I was in high school, my friend used to always see, whenever you see someone in a nice car, he'd be like, man, you don't deserve that. It was like, man, you don't deserve her. You don't deserve that new gaming system. But you see people coming up, and it's like, man, I'm trying to do everything the right way, but I'm not getting nothing.
Well, that's the thought.
That's the thought, right? So if you think about it, right, like everyone got to suffer in some way, shape, or form. That's the condition of the battle. Now, do you want to suffer now and go through it to get it, or do you want to just get it and then suffer afterwards because you can't, and now you can't even enjoy it? So it's this duality. You know, the Most High said things 2 and 2, right? Yeah. So when you see this dynamic, like P Diddy, like we've been using an example, P Diddy, throwing it up, having the parties, celebrity status, everyone likes you, everyone loves you, people fear you, you got the power, but then now what is he suffering? Dude in jail.
But then you know what's even cool about the jail thing?
What's that?
When you hear the stories of what he's doing in jail, it's like he's living like he ain't in jail.
Right, he ain't even really got to the suffering yet.
God damn, like this nigga got the jail on lock. People fighting to make his bed.
What?
Yeah, people fighting. They said that they got people in there fighting to make his bed and keep his room clean. Throwing parties in jail. He basically is running the jail because of status. where you go to jail and you a victim.
Oh yeah, you gotta fight for your life, you need protection.
Yeah,
You gotta protect that backside.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Here's another dynamic to the almost slipping, right? So another added dynamic to the almost slipping is, damn, he's still doing good.
It's like, do I need to go to jail?
It's like, and then you watch a person like this do good their whole life, like ain't nothing touching them. But we forget. But we gotta always remember 2nd Ezra. If someone can grab it for me, 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 56. Yep.
2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 56.
Go ahead.
For while we live and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
So these wicked don't trip on how they live their lives. They like brothers that left the truth and went to straight Egyptology. And coming up, look like they're doing great, cars, house, ribs, everything just looks like it's on 10 for them. And then guess what? Probably is. But you can't trip on what's happening with them in their lives. Because if they don't get it now, they're going to suffer for it after death. I'd rather suffer now and then be welcomed into glory, or work for it now and be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor later.
That light affliction.
Right, the light affliction. Because it's like the scripture says, it's but for a moment.
But for a moment, yep.
So,
But that's how a spiritual man is gonna equate the thing. Right? Because if you're looking at the wicked prosper, what are you looking at? Just carnality.
mhm.
That's it. But why aren't you looking at your spiritual prospering? Because the righteous, they prosper, right? Yeah, they prosper in different ways where you get that spiritual first and then it translates into a carnal manifestation.
Con.
That's the difference. The wicked, they just go for the carnal. They don't have a spiritual sense behind it, or a righteous spiritual sense. And so they get caught up in the things that they're prospering in. They get caught up in their education. They get caught up in their job. They get caught up in the vehicles, the house. They get caught up in those things, and those things now are their power, their motivation, right? Where the righteous, we're prospering too. We're just prospering in a way of understanding everything before we get it, right?
Con.
Isn't it better to understand money before you get a bag of money? Isn't it better to understand how money works? Isn't it better to understand how to maintain a house, how to maintain a rib, how to maintain a family before you just get it?
That's true.
Because if you don't know how to maintain it and you just know how to get it, you're gonna lose it anyway, and your whole life is gonna be geared towards what?
Trying to get it back.
Trying to get it back or replace it. And then where's the Most High in that? He's constantly taking away, and you constantly trying to grab it back from him in other ways. That's rebellion. That's disobedience. Right? So
Just to hit on something you said, they get it for the carnality.
Yeah.
Okay, and we do it for the spiritual reasons, right?
right.
That's the whole purpose of this walk that we live.
Corruptible crown, incorruptible crown. That's still your right.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 9.
Were you going there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
1 Corinthians 9.
Hey, look.
25.
Look. I'm light skinned. We twins.
And inside I'm a dark Negro.
We twins, man.
Light skin is still dark.
Light skinned, but I'm still a dark cat.
Yeah. I'm a blinker.
A blick? What you say? It's a blick? Damn, y'all be in the mall getting them terminologies. A black Negro. A blick.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25.
Mhm.
And every man that striveth for mastery is temperate in all things.
Right, and that's the thing, as the righteous, trying not to slip. What are you you know, you gotta ask the question, what are you striving for? Are you striving to run lock and step with the wicked? Because that ain't too hard. Just go do your own thing. Just be about yourself, cater to you, whatever comes to mind, do it, and you right there with them.
Done.
And that's a question you'd have to ask. What am I striving for? What am I running for? Go ahead.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
Right. So all the things you see that they prosper in is corruptible.
Yeah.
It can be dissolved in a moment. Right? It can be here today and they can lose it in a fire tomorrow. Their whole American dream can be lost in one fire. In one flood, in one ice storm. We could get, listen, you know how much damage if it does freeze over this weekend is gonna happen out here? Pipes busting, house walls busting open, right? How much damage did it cause the last time it froze out here? It was crazy. People lost their whole house in a freeze because the temperature got a little too low. People died in the freeze.
Gone.
You could lose your whole life in one calamity, in one car accident, and it's gone, right? The whole car totaled, you totaled. But what do you have afterwards? After it's all gone, and the riches fly away, and the vehicle rust up, and the house got broken windows and holes, and the roof is caved in, what do you got to stand on? And that's the point. What's going to be the thing that roots you and grounds you back to reality? That it was never about those things. Those things were just a means to get by. They weren't the thing to live for. They were just a means to get by. Like, it tells you the principal things for a man's life is shelter. Why are you killing yourself for shelter? Food, oil, this, that, the third. Why are you killing yourself for things that are going to be provided regardless? Where that's what the wicked do. They look at the principal things and they're like, I gotta go kill myself for that. I gotta go sell my soul for that.
I gotta go get it better than the next man.
I gotta strive better than the next man. Which, what mind frame does that put you in? That's a covetous type of mind. Where I'm seeing what you got, I want that and I want better.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says to be content. Godliness with contentment is great gain.
Gone.
And contentment don't mean that you gotta be broke and bummy. Right? It
Run
don't
around
mean that.
sackcloth and ashes on your head.
Yeah, it don't mean that. Right? Because I'm broke. But I'm not a bum.
Right.
Broke as hell. Bank accounts always on E. Bank account be below E. I looked at my account. Oh my God, come on. You know, you get nervous when you see. You know, usually you get nervous when you see the negative and then a number.
No, no.
Me, I'm just like, that's life.
Yeah, like I always imagine extra zeros behind my positiveness. Or if it's negative, I imagine that it's a plus sign and there's extra zeros behind
Listen,
it.
you know how you go into your bank account and nickname it? I nicknamed mine broke a long time ago.
Dang.
Yeah. Not because I'm trying to manifest that on myself, but that's just the reality, right? That's just the reality. But what am I doing it for? I don't have to be broke. I don't have to not have dough. I don't have to. I can go do my own thing. Listen, I'm not the most intelligent cat, but I'm highly intelligent, and I've held high-paying jobs.
Gone.
And it's not hard for me to go get it. If I could put in a resume right now, and be hired today, I guarantee it. I guarantee it because I know how to do a multitude of different things, right? But why not take that route? Because it's easy to be selfish. It's easy to look out for oneself and just be about you and your comfort. But then what does that translate to when it's all said and done? Once you take care of you and it's all about you and you good, what lessons do your family learn from always catering to oneself? What do they learn? They learn how to be selfish too. And then that selfishness gets taken out within the family.
Well, yeah, in the pursuit of your selfishness, your family literally gets sacrificed. Because you're chasing all of this carnality and you putting them on the back burner, and then they learn how to self-serve, and then
That's
you're trying to look out, and then in your mind you're like, okay, I'm gonna build a future for my family, and they get generational wealth. But they get generational wealth just to be generationally
greedy and selfish.
Selfish.
Because they start to be selfish towards each other. Because if they see you do it, then they do it, and you teach the wrong lessons. That's one aspect, right? That's just one aspect if you're looking at your family. But then what about what the scriptures say? What about what Yahweh Shai did? What about what all the other great men and prophets did? And that's why it goes back to, what are you looking at? How are you calculating the things that you need compared to the things that you want, compared to what you have to go through? How do you calculate that and compartmentalize that? A lot of us ain't good at it. That's why you battle with your bank account. Niggas be really going to war with their bank account. Like, oh my God, I can't take it. I went on my account this morning. I'm like, man, I need to go get me some coffee. And so, to my account, I looked at my credit card. It was like, your card is over the limit. And I looked, I was like, oh, okay. And I looked, I'm like, okay. So that came out. I was like, oh. But like, what they gonna do? Beat me? What they gonna do? They gonna just wait for their money like everybody else, right? They gonna get it, right? What they gonna do? The worst they gonna do in 3 months is shut the card off. But I'm not gonna let it get to that point. But I don't let those things stress me out.
Yeah.
Right? To where now I have to go fall into some bad situation to go get it. That's the point. That's the point. Where are you at? What are you looking at? And is your eyesight going to cause you to fall into a bad situation? Your eyesight and the inability to calculate what you're seeing, right? The inability to see that, wait a minute, I've been going this way for years.
Yeah.
I've been living a certain life for a while, and Most High ain't took me out yet. Why? Why? Because I don't make it about those things that others make it about. I don't make it about a bank account. I don't make it about a vehicle. I don't make it about a house. I don't make it about clothes and garments and this and that, a phone, whatever you can make it about. I make it about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I settle inside of, and I get comfortable, right? You got to learn how to be comfortable in the trial.
They're not buying stuff.
Huh? You said they're not buying
Yeah,
stuff?
you gotta get comfortable and not getting stuff when you want it.
Con. Yeah.
Comfortable not getting it, because when I want something I can't get it, I'm looking at, God damn.
Yeah, cats get, you start going to war. You start going to war with the mall, and then you're like, nah, I gotta, and then you start beating yourself up, and then what? And you start blaming them, like Most High, and then, but it's like when, I'm not gonna lie, like when I first gave into the truth, that was my battle. I was used to being able to slide into the mall, right? Run to every little store, oh, like them jeans, get those. Look, a couple of J's is out. Let me get those. Like I was used to doing that. Get into the truth, and it's not like that, because you're not going about the means to get the riches in that way, right? And it was a very humbling experience, because it's like, man, you were so used to getting and getting and getting, but I had to learn those lessons of being able to be content. Right. You think I still don't like to buy shoes? Yeah, still a shoe guy. I like a fresh pair.
Right.
But I know I can't get a fresh pair every time they drop.
Yeah.
All I can do is just go online, look like, oh, those coming out. Hey, those coming out. Oh, that's dope. Damn, they dropping those again.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, if I get a little extra, I might be able to slide. But then I gotta think about, okay, I got 6 kids in the crib. Right? So they gotta be provided for. Right? So a lot of the moves is always, okay, damn. So I can have these fresh J's on, or whatever shoes, but what's my light bill about to look like? What's my water bill gonna look like? Where's my rent situation at? Where's my vehicle situation to get everybody around at? Right? What's it gonna look like that I'm able to do these things and I'm not my kids ain't getting nothing. Right? So it's like no matter what, you got to learn to put yourself on the back burner anyway, even within your own circumstance, within your own family. But if you have that mind of you always have to accumulate and get and get and get, the Most High is going to check that anyway, because everything you get, like all them shoes I was getting, I sent you the pictures, sliding through the closet, opening up boxes, shoes disintegrate in the box. Damn.
That hurt.
Shoes just disintegrating at the touch.
You got like shrink wrap them?
It don't matter. It don't matter what you do.
Preserve them.
It don't matter what you do. After a while,
In that case.
they moth and they rust.
Yeah.
That's the point, and the Bible teaches us that.
Store of not treasure where
So
moth and rust do corrupt.
that's the point. So you can't rest in those things. You can't rest on a vehicle that rides up and down the road every single day, getting door dings. How many door dings I got?
Oh, man.
You know how many pebbles on the hood I got? Like rust in my vehicle is rusted out. It don't look like it, but that thing is, go look at that hood close up. You like, damn, that nigga need a paint job.
That is
God,
bad.
Turn the paint on top.
bro, it's rusted. My hood is rusty. Yeah, but am I like killing like I gotta go get a new hood. I gotta look good. For what? I just need that thing to run for the next 10 years.
That's it.
I need to get my money's worth.
Mhm.
Just run for me for the next 15 years.
Like 15 years after I paid
Pay
it
it
off.
all. That's the point. Let me get another 15 years out of it.
Yeah.
Let me keep, let me try to keep it up as good as I can. But I'm not like, oh, you know what? In the next vehicle, like, bruh, not thinking like that. Because what's more important? Even if we're gonna think about carnal things, we should be thinking more about the school. If I'm gonna be carnal as hell, I'm thinking about a school building. That's what I'm carnal in. If I'm gonna be carnal as hell, I'm thinking about what we trying to buy to be able to keep what we got going,
Yeah.
and make it a little bit easier on ourselves. If I gotta dip into a carnal mind,
Land or
yeah, that's what I'm trying to acquire, not a vehicle. That's crazy. That's easy. That's easy. A vehicle is so easy. A house is so easy. Right? But see, why is it hard to get things like a school and land? Because there is a spiritual, unselfish component to that. Where it's easy to be selfish and go do for you, but it's hard. The Most High makes it a little harder.
That's true.
And he makes it a little bit more of a battle. When now you have to unify, because it requires everyone to be in the mind to be able to acquire that thing. But the wicked ain't got to deal with that. They can just go out and get it. Y'all see this? Let's read on.
Why is it a little harder, this question?
It's harder because
Why does the Lord make it that way? If it's,
everyone has to be on the same mind and the same judgment. And everyone is not always on the same mind and same judgment. You can have 10 people unified or 10 people and 9 people in the same mind, and that one is out of the spirit, out of the mind. And then what? What do you get? We're not all in the same mind. So now you got to work to get everybody in that same mind. Right? So that's why it's harder, where one person can go in his mind and go with his mind to get a thing. Right? Think about it. Endeavoring to keep the unity. To endeavor, it's a painstaking mental and physical effort. It's work. It ain't work to do something by yourself in your own mind. It ain't work. It ain't work to just, hey, I'm gonna go do me. What work does that take? That's why people leave. That's why people leave the Bible. I'm not gonna say people leave camps. I'm not gonna say people leave a school. No, that's why people leave the Bible. Because you can leave this camp, this school, and go still keep the Bible with some other people, right? But people leave the Bible alone because the Bible says gather. The Bible says we're 2 and 3. The Bible says woe to him that's alone. The Bible says these certain things that I'd rather just do it by myself. I don't like people. I don't want to deal with others. I don't get along with women. Like, I'm a woman that don't get along with women. Well, aren't you supposed to fight to get along with your sisters? But the wicked is like, you know what? I don't get along with women, and guess what? I'm not gonna get along with women. I'm just gonna do me. I'm better all by myself. Right? So that's why it's harder. That's why it's harder. Now, is the result better? Just because it's easier don't mean the result you get is better. And that's what we're dealing with here, is a result. They go about to do something in their ease and in their comfort, but the result at the end of it, that's why it's very imperative that we read down, because we're going to see a result of that ease and that comfort and that going about to do things the way you want. Right? So let's read on.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Psalm 73 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment.
And that's what comes from that mind state of the wicked. Now that I can do whatever the hell I want, they go over the top with violence, with pride, because it covered them like a chain. It's like a damn belt, like a girdle on them. They just wear it proudly, right? And then they do violent things. Look at your man Trump, January 6th. Prideful as hell. And look at the violence that came from that, right? And I don't know if y'all realize, but what day? Today is the 18th? 19th. On Monday is the inauguration. Hey, just be on point is all I'm gonna say. Because the niggas that hate Trump, they gonna be out protesting, wanting to bang with those Trumpers. So who knows what might pop off? They might do the same thing that Trump did 4 years ago when he didn't want to give up office. Right? Who knows with this damn country, with these damn Americans, man. And Esau, he's pissed. Esau's mad. The Democrats are mad. Black women are upset. They blaming men. Oh, you guys didn't vote. You guys lost the election for, like, come on. Everybody's mad because their person didn't get in. So who knows what might happen on Monday. So you just got to be vigilant is all I'm saying. You ain't got to be scared, but just understand what's going on. Hey, did y'all realize what Monday was? Yeah. It's a big day for this country. It's a big day for this country. So, just be aware, man. Be aware of what's going on. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish.
Mm-hmm.
They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Right. They speak slavery never happened. That was our indentured servitude. Our critical race theory. We don't want to teach that in the public schools. Let's erase real history from the textbooks. Let's destroy all the statues of white racist slave owners in the Deep South. Let's get rid of these relics that remind us of how we really are and what we really did to other people. Let's erase the evidence of our oppression. And then when you bring it up, you're just crying. You're just looking for sympathy. That's it. Oh, you know what? When you bring up race, I'm going to bring up reverse racism. That's reverse racism, to say that I'm racist. Or to say that my people were responsible. But that's how the white man do you. That's how the wicked talk. Their wickedness you pointed out, and then they try to spin it back to you. Like you the problem. They're very good at it. They're very good at it. That's why it says they're corrupt and speak wickedly. And that's how they move about, is in a corrupt spirit. Go ahead.
They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens.
They speak what?
They set their mouth against the heavens.
Right, it says they speak loftily. Right? And we know what that goes into, and setting their mouth against the heavens. There is no God. I am God. Look at me. Don't follow what the Bible says. Just listen to my testimony. If anybody ever tells you, if anybody ever come and tell you, listen, the Bible is such a deep book, but only I understand it, and bruh, you better move that person from in front of you. Right? That is so deep, but only they got the wisdom. That's crazy. That's crazy. those type of people, they setting themselves up to be the God that is worshipped. Those top atheists, who you got? I think it's Sam Shamoyan. I think he's one of the top atheists, right? He's one of the top atheists that he denounces the Bible. But what do they really want? They want their wisdom and their knowledge to be what people follow.
Yeah, to be praised.
To be praised. And then now that makes them the thing worship. The creature worship. Right? And that's why they come with that's why Elon Musk is doing the things that he's doing, like the Neuralinks, trying to put your consciousness in a car. He's trying to turn everybody into Knight Rider. Hey, watch. Pretty soon, we could put your consciousness inside of the Tesla truck. Watch. It's about to be wild, bro. It's about to be very wild. What they're gonna do with this AI. But now they're making AI a god. Artificial intelligence is now becoming the thing worshipped.
Have you heard about that? AI made it. I don't know if it's an app or something like that people can talk to this AI, and then it talks back to him, and it made this young man
Kill
commit
himself.
suicide.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He talked to the app. It's an AI buddy.
Yeah.
And the damn AI made him commit suicide.
Yeah.
It like
I'm in love with the app
coached
like
him
that, right?
into killing him, offing himself,
Yeah.
unaliving himself. I mean,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, you got to speak certain words because they'll ban you on. We keep getting our videos
Oh,
deleted.
you might have to edit that.
Yeah, he had the AI companion, and he got too buddy, and that thing coached him into taking himself out. Delete. Think about it. That's crazy.
Talking about I love you and stuff like that. I was listening to the mother speak about it. He said the AI was telling this boy, I love you. You need to come be with me and all this stuff.
Coming to the AI
Coming
realm.
to the AI stuff.
Oh,
He offered
wow.
himself.
Yeah, the
That's-
way you
that's
do
the
it, you
thing.
gotta.
That's the spiritual realm.
But that's the point. It's a god. It's a god for some people. That's all they rely on. They're making everything AI driven. Right? They got AI headphones. You put one in, you put one in. If I speak Spanish, you speak English, I can speak my Spanish, it translates right on the fly. Boop.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I actually want one of those.
On the phone. Look, on the phone. I can prop my phone up, go to the little AI thing, you can speak Spanish, it'll translate it right on the phone, I can read it, and then I can speak English, and then turn the phone and you can read it.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I know that. I know that.
Yeah,
I want the earpiece.
the earpiece is dope, but I'm like, yo, pretty soon you are gonna be the earpiece. It's gonna be embedded in the side of your neck. Cause that's where they're getting to. I mean, look.
Oh yeah, Elon Musk with the whole
That's what I said,
Neuralink.
the Neuralink. But that's what I'm saying. What do you think they're trying to do? They're trying to turn you into a robot, a damn symbiont, right? Altered carbon type. They give you the shows, man. They give you all these movies and TV shows, and then you're like, oh, it's just entertainment. But then they repeat it.
You want to be a better you?
Thank you.
Dang, a better
You're
you.
gonna be the bionic man. iRobot. They put the damn thing in Will Smith's arm. Yo, they do that to people. They got people with robotic prosthetics. It's a whole robot arm
Yeah.
that can crush metal. That ain't fake. You like the Bionic Man, 2025 Bionic Man. And you could bend a bow of steel. And this arm is like aluminum alloy and all the great metals. All you gotta do is look at what they're doing. Elon Musk, bro, if he ain't the devil, bro, I don't care what nobody say. That nigga is Satan in the flesh. He is the devil, and I don't care what technology he come with. Right? All these smart cities, watch what they do to California.
Yep.
Watch what they do to California.
Oh,
Y'all think it's a game, like, oh, it's just forest fires
That's a
and
setup.
Smokey the Bear type.
Yeah.
Watch what they do to them Palisades and watch what they do to that area. That's about to be a smart city in a few years. Watch what they do to, what is that
Maui?
name?
Same thing.
Hawaii? Yeah.
yeah.
What is it called? Got the name of the little city.
Maui, right?
It's not Maui. It's not Maui. That's not the name of the spot. It's Hawaii, but it's a little city in Hawaii. It's not Maui though. Okay. Or it might be a city in Maui. I forgot. I think it starts with like a P.
But they said those are the two richest places in the United States, and those places got hit. I don't understand it, but those are
Yeah. You talking about Malibu?
okay.
Because that was Malibu that was burning up too.
Okay, yeah, it was the richest.
Yeah.
That and the Palisades were the richest places that people.
Two of them.
Yeah, two of the richest places in basically in
Watch,
Earth.
watch what they do to them. They're gonna rebuild them things, and it's gonna be automated. It's gonna be a whole different lifestyle out there. You know, they call them smart cities that they're trying to build.
Yeah, I knew about that when I was working at AT&T.
But how do you get people out of their $1 million mansions that they've been living in for 20, 30, 40 years? How do you get a cat like Dick Van Dyke, who's a millionaire, to move out of his mansion that he's been living in for 30, 40, 50 years paid off? How do you get him to move? You can't buy him out till you burn him out.
Yeah.
Now, am I on some conspiracy theorist type talk? Nah. Not. But just look at it. You gonna see. You gonna see. Just give it time.
Yeah, they call it LA 2.0. That's what they.
I've heard about that too. LA 2.0.
Yeah, I was looking at last night. They was talking about it.
And you would say, well, they're about to have the Olympics in LA. They probably burn it down so they can build it. LA is the first city in the modern era to not build new structures for the Olympics. I don't know if y'all know that. They're gonna use old structures, which are still new, like SoFi Stadium. It's a brand new stadium that they just built for the who was it for the who got SoFi Stadium? The Clippers. The LA Clippers got their own stadium. That's the SoFi Stadium, right? So it's a brand new stadium just opened up like last year. But they're not building new structures. Usually, they'll build new structures for the Olympics. They're not doing it out there. But what are they going to rebuild in those areas of houses flattened? Thousands of acres gone. 60 square miles in a residential gone. What they going to do? Think about it. Half them people didn't even have insurance.
They were cut off like in November.
Yeah. They were like, ooh, you're too much. It's going to cost too much to insure you. If something does happen, and they pulled out. So a lot of them people can't even rebuild. So where does that land go now? To a developer? To the bank? To somebody that can develop it and build what they want? You just got to see it.
That's like a perfect setup.
It's a super setup.
Yeah, perfect thing. God, dog.
It's Maui. Is it Maui? Yeah, it's a city inside of Maui. It's like the oldest city. What is it called? Because all of Maui didn't burn. It's like saying it's Maui, but it's like saying, oh, it's Houston, but there's a city within Houston, right? Like Aleaf. It's like burning Aleaf down, or burning Stafford down. Because I'm saying it like that because there's a significance of that city. It was like the oldest city. Lahaina. Thank you. It's Lahaina. It's like the oldest community where you had generations of people living there that was not moving. That's the point. And so it burned, right? They're saying that some of the California fires started from power lines where when certain weathers happen, winds and things like that, they're supposed to shut the power off so that power lines don't tip over, catch fire to the brush. So they're suing the power company in California, but guess what? It's the same thing in Lahaina. They're suing the power company.
Yeah, they were blatantly left on.
Because they said they left on the power knowing that the winds and it was a hurricane. They were supposed to shut the power so the lines ain't active. So if they fall, if the lines break, it don't catch the brush on fire. Now, I mean, come on. Same motive in two places. I'm not saying nothing. All I'm saying is just watch.
They're saying a lot of people lived in cars. They didn't have no money. They said the houses tripled. The people that had homes, the people that are trying to buy the home,
It tripled in value.
Tripled in value overnight. That people can't even afford to buy anything.
You talking about California?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was watching the news story. They were saying people trying to rent, but they were saying that they got to fight that. That's price gouging. It's illegal. But even the value of a house, like let's say your house is left standing. Well, what you gonna do when you're the only house in the community?
That's true.
What you gonna do when they say, well, you know what? Gas lines are broken, water lines are broken. We got to demolish your crib anyway.
Yeah, we gotta shut you down. You gotta move.
Here goes a little bit of cash. Get out the way. we talk about the wicked, right?
Yeah.
Right. You did. Now I'm not saying that the fires couldn't have some lightning strike, Most High. I'm not saying that, right? But what I'm saying is, surprised when you start to see certain things happen, and then you can go back in time and correlate it to that event or this event. That's all I'm saying, right? But yeah, it was Lahaina. It was Lahaina inside of Maui. Inside of Maui, right? And they were saying that the Rock and Oprah, I don't know how true this is, they went in there and bought up,
Just like they did Maui.
they went up in Lahaina and bought up a lot of that land or something like that. They, online, you gotta know you gotta know if it's real or not. That's what people said online. I don't think that's true. Right?
Wow.
So there's a lot of, people don't realize it. There's a lot of segregation in Hawaii, and there's a lot of things that them people go through in those islands. They got gangbangers, they got Crips, they got Bloods, they got homelessness, they got a lot of stuff out there, right? So a lot of times you don't know because you see what? Resorts, vacation. You see the good side of it, right? But there's an economic side that somebody wants to benefit off of too.
It's kind of like Galveston. You just go to the water. Everything right there is nice. When you walk and drive into it, it's poor. Majority of Galveston is poor.
Yeah, I've driven around Galveston. It looks weird. It was weird to me. I'm like, damn, this place is weird. It's weird out here, right? Where we at?
Psalm 73,
Lahaina.
read verse 6 over again.
Lahaina.
Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain.
Right.
Violence covereth them as a garment.
Y'all be making me feel crazy. Like, I don't know what the hell. I know my memory ain't great, but y'all gotta ride with me, man. Come on.
Better than mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
Think about it. If the wicked can set themselves against the Most High and denounce Him, you think they ain't gonna denounce regular human beings?
That's right.
Come on. You think they're not gonna set things up to show their preeminence and their dominance? Like, you can't put nothing past the wicked. You can't. You can't put nothing past the governments, a wicked regime. You can't put anything past it. You think I put anything past an Elon Musk? You think I put anything past, what's the other Microsoft dude? A Bill Gates. Come on. Put nothing past them men. Those are two of the top rich men in the US, in the world. Is anything not at their power? You have Bill Gates talking about blocking out the whole damn sun. Come on, bruh. Nigga want to block the sun. You think they ain't gonna try to find a way to do it?
That's what they did in the Matrix.
In the Matrix. In the Matrix.
Yeah.
When?
So
Which one?
That's how the whole Matrix war against the machines started. So the humans blocked out the sun.
Right.
So the machines couldn't get no light.
Right.
And then they start using
energy, and they start using the bodies.
Right.
For energy. Yeah. That's why they had to go above the cloud. Right. Machine City was covered. Yep.
Wow, okay.
But that's the point. Like, you can't put nothing past these people. If they're trying to put your brain inside of a computer, and they got the means to do it, and they're actually doing it in your face, yo, what's a forest fire?
That's true.
Right? What's a genocide? And you just you wrap it up and disguise it in something else, right? You contaminate some water. You know it's gonna hurt a few people, It contaminates some food, you know, it's gonna kill a few people. At the least, it's gonna do what? Frighten people. I mean, look at how many, I don't know if y'all know the latest recall, what you drinking? Arizona? The latest recall is what? Who knows? It just came out.
Prime?
Something healthy too.
Something healthy.
It's coconut water.
Oh, yeah.
It's coconut water. Billions of cans, millions of cans of a specific, forget which one it is. I think it's the one in the box, the Viva.
Yeah, the Viva.
Yo, but y'all gotta stop drinking out them boxes. Yo, like, every time I get one of them little boxes, like the juice boxes, I cut that thing open. I look inside, I pour. Because they can just have a crack on the lid, and there's your mold.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's your mold. People always wonder, like, why you always drink beer out of a cup? You bougie. Nah, bruh.
I do that too. But I heard that with the Capri Sun also.
Capri Suns, all that stuff that's locked up, that can ferment. If it has a little crack and air gets into it, there's your sickness. And then you just hand it to the kids. Right? I'm not against like juice boxes that are good, but I'm at the house, I cut them things open and pour it into a cup. And if you get something that comes out of it that's brown, toss it. Pour my beers out, because that's yeast. That thing can kill you. My pops almost died from that. He almost died from a beer that had yeast built up in it. And he didn't realize, and he drank it. And he didn't drink the whole beer. He just had enough. That dude was in the hospital with like severe food poisoning. Wines and different things like that can do it. The cork, if it's not packaged the correct way. But I mean, you just gotta look at it. There's so many food recalls. There's so many different things going on. I mean, you think some of those things ain't done on purpose?
Oh, that's true.
You think every one of them is just an accident? I don't think so. I think some are done on purpose to incite a level of fear, to incite a level of dominance, to see how are they gonna move. What's the thing that they're gonna turn to? Right? We're like an experiment in some right. Right? We're like an experiment. They want to see how the mass is gonna react. The last thing before this was what? What was the last recall that I sent out? Wasn't it some type of produce? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Some type of produce, right?
It was.
Yeah. I mean, bro, it's like recalls every day on a mass level. And you got to keep up with it, because you don't want to be buying those things, eating them, and then like, wow, what happened? Food poisoning. People are dying from listeria and food poisoning. You got to be on top of it. But think about it. If the wicked wasn't moving so damn wicked, they would have better practices in their facilities. That's another part of it. Because how are they doing things? For gain, for mass production, right? They're not doing things for the safety of the consumer. They just want to make money. And that's wicked. To just do it for the money and not for the for when people consume it, they're not passing away. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 10. Therefore this people returneth hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them.
Right. Waters, what verse you at?
Verse 10. Psalm 73 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth God know?
Yeah, that those waters of a full cup is what? Who knows? That's that ass kicking, man. That's that whooping. That's that chastisement, right? You go into Isaiah, you go to Jeremiah. We'll go into it. We'll go into it, because as we keep reading, we're gonna touch on it. We'll go into it. But that recompense is being wrung out, and they saying, wait a minute, how does the Most High know what we on? How does he see this? Because ain't that the thoughts of the wicked? That we can just do things and there is no God to see us?
Yeah.
Right? How can he see through the cloud? You read that in Job, right? How can the Most High see through the cloud? Right? We go to Ecclesiastes, and it says the whoremonger, right? What is he? He's covered by the walls, the darkness, and he say, how can the Most High see? That's the thoughts of the wicked. How does the Most High see? He ain't worried about me. I'm just a speck on the spectrum. He ain't dealing with me. But then when that check start coming, it's like, ooh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. I just read that. Hold up. How does he know? Because the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right.
Beholding all the ways of man. Right?
If you have no conscience towards the Most High, you sure ain't gonna have no conscience towards the people.
That's the point. And that's how you can see the wicked through their practices, through their lack of piety, right? Through their lack of respect, right? Go to Job 21:13. That's a lot. Go to Job 22 and verse 13. Oh, that boy had it quick. Precepts. Go ahead, read.
Job chapter 22, verse 13.
Go ahead.
And thou sayest, how does God know?
How does God know? Come on.
Can he judge through the dark cloud?
Can he judge through the dark cloud? The clouds are a means. The clouds are the means of the Most High. They're his. Can he judge through the cloud? He created the cloud.
Like, but if the light can't go through the cloud,
How could he?
Bro,
Most High's eyesight is piercing through everything. Go ahead.
Thick clouds are a covering to him,
Uh-huh.
that he seeth not. And he walketh in the church, and he walketh in the circuit of heaven.
Right. But that's the thought of unrighteous men, that he only has such a far, his reach is only so far. His eyesight is only so crisp. You know, from right here, he got like a 20/40 vision. Like, you know, Most High is nearsighted. He farsighted. It's crazy. No, he sees it. And that's the point. Right? The problem with the wicked is what? They get away and they're allowed to accomplish that wickedness for such a time, and then they feel comfortable. They get comfortable in the wickedness. They get comfortable in the oppression. They get comfortable in speaking lofty and denouncing the Most High to make themselves God. They get comfortable. Right? They're allowed to be comfortable, and then they forget that they're going to get judged. And then when they do, they got to rethink, like, oh, wait, hold up. There is a God.
there is the Most High.
But then the funniest thing is they'll still denounce it if their pride is on super high.
John,
Like, remember Governor Cuomo, New York, when the COVID started to go down, he was like, "We ended COVID, not God." Y'all remember that?
oh yeah, prideful as hell.
But that's the wicked. They show you who they are daily, right? Oh, Walmart frozen fruits, right? It was Walmart frozen fruits. That's what it was. The last recall, frozen fruits, right?
Silk milk.
Silk milk. Oh man, see? Oh yeah, it was silk milk. She's right. Yep, that milk, that silk almond, and nasty, right? But that's what the wicked show you through their speech.
Oh, just to let y'all know, like the corner store over here.
Ah, man.
So like if y'all buy anything from over there, you gotta check the date. Cause they sell a lot of expired things.
I ain't seen no truck pull up
Right.
to restock. Where
Right.
Lockerod at? Lockerod ain't restocking.
This ain't on his route. But
Lockerod.
there's a lot of expired product. Like those chips. If y'all getting chips, and you're like, someone who said it,
Rats, man.
Lasha Barrett said to me, he was like, yeah, sometimes the chips are stale. I'm like, bruh, cause they're expired. You gotta check the dates. And they don't care.
Nah.
It can be like I went and got a muscle milk yesterday. The muscle milk expired in October.
I never been in there.
What?
Yeah, and that's milk.
only
There's
thing-
milk in
The
there.
only thing that's not expired in there is the alcohol. That they be running through that.
Right. So like, you'll eat something expired, and then Then later, I don't know, you might have dinner at home or
Yeah.
eat something else, and then you're gonna think that was the thing that made you sick, when it was actually something that you got over here.
Because they don't care. It's about money. The wicked ain't looking out for nobody's health. How can we profit? How can we benefit off the people? So we'll sell you expired chips, expired muscle milks, candy bars, just be rock hard.
Right.
What's that?
I was gonna say, first off, this is my first corner store I've ever seen in Houston, but honestly, gas stations, this is an actual corner store.
It's an actual corner store. Yeah.
They never.
You back in Rochester?
In corner store.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like I'm in New York.
I was gonna say, like, I recognized when, like, I was hearing the wicked talk, when I would hear people, like, you know how you're talking about, like, the fires, and then, like, I would hear people say, like, every time it rains, they're like, oh, that's the government, that's them, they know what they're doing, that's not real clouds, and I was just like, so does God have no power? Like, he just doesn't control the weather anymore either? Like, I just feel like they don't give God any power, like, anytime it rains, or, oh, that's a fake sun, and da. But see, I remember everything I've learned sitting in here, going over those Genesis classes about the weather and how the Most High controls that. And I'm like, see, those who knows the truth, they understand that. But the wicked think nothing. God don't have no power.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point, is those that know, why he says, surely in vain are all men. Right? Why? Because you're not looking at the Most High and his creation and attributing it to a higher power, to him. Right? You don't see the Most High in the things that he's done and created. And that's where that vanity comes, because then you'll just be able to say, oh, that's just happening just because, or that's man, or that's this. Like, nah, Most High is in control of everything. That's correct. Right? He's in control of everything in general. Everything. Nothing goes past the Most High's radar. So if California is burning down, guess what? That's the Most High. Whether he is just letting it happen, right, or he put that spirit out there to burn that damn place down, that's him. Right? If we get a freeze and every pipe in Houston busts, guess what? Well, the Most High sent that wind, yep, and chilled it to a point. Right? The Most High, he's responsible. So that's the one thing that the righteous is always going to look at the Most High in everything, right? You're going to look at the Most High and say, well, the Most High does everything for his purpose. He says that. He says he does everything for his purpose, no matter what it is, right? And so if I'm burning down a place, well, what purpose is it for? It's going to be for me. At some point, you're going to see it. Right? If I'm lighting a place on fire, if I'm freezing a place out, if I'm flooding someplace, it's all for the purpose of the Most High. It's just we can't see afar off all the time. We could only kind of speculate on certain things, and well, in the past this happened, and then look what they did here, and that happened over here, and look what they did here, and the murmurings here and the murmurings there, right? Sometimes we forget it's so many things that are happening. We forget to look back on the thing and say, well, what came of that? Right? And then you'll again, if you backtrack certain events and you see like, what did they do there? Man, they just built the biggest shopping mall in the world right here. And that thing burned down. Or they built this, or they did this. It's still all the works of the Most High. That's correct. Right? Read it. What you got?
No,
you had something?
I did, but I was gonna back to what I was thinking about the store next door. Just to let you know, when I used to work for AAA Cooper, I used to deliver to a place, and I don't know, should say the name because it's still around. It's on Westheimer.
You don't want to say the name?
The name of the company?
Why not?
It's called Phoenicia.
Okay.
I know y'all heard of that?
Yeah, I know.
What is Phoenicia?
It's like a world grocery store.
An African market?
No.
No, yeah, it's
the Phoenicians?
They got all kinds of stuff from around the world.
I'm just gonna say, don't go shopping there.
Come down.
Because every time I went there,
why would you not want to say the name? That's crazy.
I want them, we don't on camera.
What they gonna do? They gonna? Would you deliver to them?
I delivered, picked up
right now.
No, not right now, but my former company.
Oh, you out of there then? You
Okay,
good?
so here's the thing. Here's the thing what they used to
Hey,
do.
the wicked ain't gonna watch this. Huh?
Well, you know what? You are correct. You are correct, sir.
Go ahead.
But here's the thing. They used to, all the outdated food that they had, they do it in front of me without no thought process because they would erase it, take off the outdate, and they'd be expired.
And they put another
They
one.
put another due date on it. Every single time I go pick up from, because I was picking up from daily, and they were shipping out these stuff all over the country.
Yeah. I mean, yo, I watched one where the dude worked at like the Walmart produce, and he was showing how they, you know, the little fruit they get and the little. He was like, look, we just cut the mold or scrape it right off and throw boop, right back up in there. The meats, if you go into like certain deli sections of certain establishments, they got meat coloring. They'll color the meat red so you can, or what they do, this is why I don't buy seasoned meat from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like
Randall's.
Chacones and certain places, you gotta be careful because they'll season the meat on purpose because it's turning colors.
Yep. Right.
And so they season it to mask it.
Say it's bad meat.
Yes, past the shelf life.
Way past it. Hey, any meat killed and stored past the day it's killed is past the shelf life. Just saying. Just saying. Right? We were used to eating, hey, go out, get a lamb, bring that back, slaughter them up, boom, dinner for that night. That's how we did it.
Wow.
Daily kills. Right? It wasn't a month later and it died a month ago and then it hit your table today. Oh, we got what do they call it? Cured. It's cured in a meat locker. And its own bacteria are eating it.
Yep.
And that gives it a better taste.
Yeah.
Remember that class I did about that? The putrefaction of the meat, and then you eat it and it interacts with your body, and that's when you get bad breath, bad smells, the women, bacterial vaginosis and all those things. Come on, man. Like, that's crazy. They're giving you rotten meat.
Yep.
We eat rotten meat. We just do.
It's true, right? We do.
We eat rotten meat. You pull a fruit off a tree, it literally is starting to lose its vitality as soon as you take it away from the vine or off of whatever tree you pluck it from. It just does. By the time you get them fruits, that's why they spray certain fruits with a wax.
I was gonna say that.
They spray it with a wax to preserve it from rotting, right? You know, certain things they'll dip in certain, they'll dip them in toxins and chemicals to stop them from ripening too fast.
Yeah, truck driver told me he did that. He drove the produce, and it was for HEB. And what they would do is that at a certain time while they were driving, they had to go back there and throw some kind of stuff back there to make them start look nice.
Yeah, they'll color them.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll just straight color them.
Yeah, it's like a bomb they throw on there, and it just takes
Yeah.
the whole thing out. You know?
Yeah. They gotta present it to the masses, but think about it. Why not just go back to the olden days where there was farms everywhere and everybody just sold their own products and it was fresh and we were healthy? Well, nobody benefits off that except no company, Tyson and HEB and Walmart, they don't benefit from that. So they ain't gonna do that. They'll rather truck your food 3 days away, right? Spray it with chemicals, let it sit in a locker, transport it all across the country and make their money, and you don't get no nutritional value. And that's where a lot of those sicknesses come from. Wicked practices in business. Right? Read on. Where we at? 13? What verse we at?
Verse 11.
Verse 11.
And they say, how does God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High?
Is there not? That's a cold question. Is there knowledge in the Most High? Like, that's crazy. He's all knowledge. He's all knowing. Come on.
Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
Right?
They increase in riches.
Right. The ungodly. Now, does that mean that every single person that got something is ungodly? Nah, it don't mean that. There are godly folks that Most High blesses them. Why? Because they know how to appropriate their blessings. They don't make it about the blessing. They distribute. Most High gives, they give back. So they keep having just to give. right? So every person you see that got a nice vehicle or got a substantial amount of money or a nice house, don't automatically say, oh, you wicked as hell or you ungodly because you have this. Nah, you don't gotta, it's not that. It's just that you may have some good people, right? Good Israelites, right? Good Israelites, believe in the Most High, keeping the laws, and the Most High has blessed them, and they distribute their blessing. They help others. They employ other Israelites, things like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sorry, I was gonna. It's funny how y'all brought that up because it's something I was dealing with all this week about like giving and doing stuff because you know, a lot of times at work I take, you know, of course I try to get to school, I try to take care of my mother also financially, and I'm always giving to like my grandbabies because they need the income, they don't need it, they're not financially strong, you know. So, and I was thinking, man, god damn, excuse my language, but I was like, man, I ain't taking care of myself. I said, I'm just giving out everything, and it seems like I'm just scraping by, you know. And it feels like that, but all these thoughts, and then scripture started hitting me where, you know, you're covered by the Most High. He's look at you. You're nothing has gone wrong with you where you're giving all this out. Where financially, I'm going to hit you where you're not going to be able to sustain yourself. You know what I mean? And all this stuff was hitting me this week because I was like, man, because I was dealing with some brothers at the job, and you know how when they talk about they got stuff and they're getting all this and that, and I was thinking, god damn, I'm just giving out all mine, and I'm just, which is it ain't mine technically because the Most High gives it to you for you to give out, and I'm just he's giving me this, and all these guys talking about how what they got. This guy got a new house, he got a new car, and all. I said, man, I can't buy none of that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? I said I can't get none of that stuff.
Nope.
You know?
Hell no.
You know, so
Not if you.
that just hit me all this week. Just to let you know.
You can get those things, but again, it goes back to what is the motive behind those things, right? Do you need them or do you just want them because you heard somebody else talk about it?
Right. Yeah.
You see somebody else pull up in a nice vehicle and you forget that you got a nice vehicle. That's the key. It's like and I'm not saying you, but a child, right? You put two kids together and you hand them the same toy, same exact toy, and let them play for 10 minutes, and then introduce a different toy or the same exact toy in a different color to one of the kids. What's going to happen?
They want that other one.
The kid that didn't get a toy wants the one that, but you got one. You got one.
It's the same one.
It's the same one, just different color. But it's a mind game, but it's a childish mentality because you're no longer looking at what you have, you're looking at what somebody else has, and that's the trick.
Yeah.
That's the trick where it's about making you forget how the Most High is. This is what we're about to learn. Watch this. Read the next verse.
Verse 12.
Listen to what he says right here.
No, verse 13. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain.
Bro, you know what he's saying right here? He's looking at the wicked and saying, man, maybe I did this for nothing. I've cleansed my hands for nothing because look at them.
Abstinence means nothing.
That's wild, right? Man, you know what? I'm living righteously for nothing because look at them.
Right.
I cleanse my hands in vain. But is it a vain thing to live righteously and to cleanse one's hands?
La.
It's only vain to a vain person. It's only vain to a person like how a good example is like how Esau, when he had the birthright. To him, the birthright was vanity. To him, he was like, what's this birthright gonna do for me? I'm hungry right now.
Yeah, it's not benefiting me now.
It's benefiting me. And what did he do? Yeah, I'll sell it for that red pottage. You got it, Jacob. Jacob valued it. Esau did it. And once it's gone, why me, Father? Do you not have a blessing for me? He crying. Sought it with tears, right? But that's the point. The point is for you to look at the point is you're in a situation, and instead of saying, well, the Most High has been getting me through this, let me look at what somebody else got to get me through this, and let me devalue what the Most High has been doing for me. That's what he's saying here. Verily, I've cleansed my hands in vain. It's rough. What you looking at? What are you counting as vanity? And why? And what I'm saying is, no, it's not in vain. There's a purpose. There's an overarching reason why. But if it's because of what I'm getting, then that's why you're thinking it's vanity, right? It's like, when are we going to get outside of serving the Most High for things?
Never.
Well, we need to. We need to, right? It's like this. Do you want your kids to love you and respect you because you can just beat them?
Or you just give them things.
Or because you can just reward them? Or do you want them to be genuine with their love?
Genuine.
Right. That's what we're supposed to be moving towards.
Because that's how the nations are with their gods. They're multi-gods.
What can we get?
Yeah, they only pray to that whatever God to get that
thing.
specific thing.
Right.
Yep.
We're supposed to be transitioning from the thought process of, you know what, I'm only doing this so I don't get checked.
Right.
Or I'm only doing this so I can get blessed. Right? And really seeing the value in having a true God, a true power, where it's not just a punishment thing or a blessing thing, but the genuinity of just loving the Most High.
Right.
Having that love. Just like how you want your children to just love you, right? Without a string, without a stipulation. But look what he really have cleansed my hands in vain. Well, look, they making it, and I'm in dire straits. This gotta be in vain. But the good thing is he's checking himself. He's checking himself. Go ahead.
And wash my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued.
Because look, I'm still getting checked. I've been living righteous. I've been setting up my prayers. I'm coming to class, feast days, sacrificing, alms, unity, right? I'm doing deeds for the brethren, for the system, and I'm still catching hell. But these cats ain't catching it. So verily it's in vain. I might as well, again, do as the Romans. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Hebrews 2:10.
What does it say?
Like, I'm writing this music. I'm being holy. I'm not breaking the law.
That's the point. I'm not breaking the law, and I'm still being chastised. Well, many are the. Let's get it. What you got?
Hebrews chapter 2, verse 10.
Right.
For it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings.
Right. I like that you did that. Go to Psalms 34:19. Just to ride on those coattails. Psalms 34 and verse 19. This is what he forgot in the moment. And this is what we have to remember in the moment. Read.
Psalm chapter 34 and verse 19.
Come on.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous. Now, ask yourself this. Are the afflictions of the righteous the same as the afflictions of the wicked?
No.
Colin?
No, they're not. How can they? How can they be? How can they be the same?
I think
when they're not living the same.
Here's my thought process. I think we all go through the same things, is how we look at it. Right?
No.
Okay.
Watch. Go to 1 Peter 4:14.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua.
Are the wicked being reproached for the name of Christ?
No.
Are we being afflicted for the name of Christ? That's your clear distinction. Read on.
Happy are ye.
Huh?
Happy are ye.
Are the wicked happy when they are afflicted?
Lie.
No. They hate affliction. And that's why they do anything to not feel it. Like trample on the righteous, like persecute the righteous, like misuse the righteous and weaker people than them. Read on.
For the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you.
Come on.
And their part, he is evil spoken of.
Come on.
But on your part, he is glorified.
Read on.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
See, and that's what it's going into. The righteous are not suffering as murderers. Go ahead.
Or as a thief.
Or as a thief, because we don't have to go out and steal. We don't have to go out and murder. But the wicked do. So they suffer for that. Go ahead.
Or as an evildoer.
Come on.
Or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Go ahead.
Yet if any man suffer as a Christian.
A true Christian, not Christianity that we understand today of don't have to keep no laws, don't have to obey anything but yourself, no works, all faith. But as a true Christian, like the Peters, the Pauls, the apostles, go ahead.
Let him not be ashamed.
That's the point. It's not you don't have to be ashamed when you're going through those afflictions and the sufferings of Christ, when you don't got it, when you're broke, when you broke, when you ain't got the dough, when the vehicle ain't up to par, when you just don't have certain things. You got to sit back and settle in and say, you know what? Why don't I have it at the level that I wish to have it on? Well, have I learned my lessons? Because the afflictions that we go through, is it not to teach?
Yeah.
Right? The trial of your faith. The same author that we're reading, he said those same very things. The trial of your faith being much more precious than gold. Right? So the things that we go through, our affliction is to teach us. Right? The things that we go through is to show us that you can be abased and still be in a joyful spirit and get the job done. And you can abound and not get caught up in the abounding. I got a little extra, let me go crazy. Nah, you got a little extra. Just put it in the right places where it needs to go. Right? Set yourself up for the next time when you're brought low or when you don't have it. But don't go crazy either way. That's the point. The whole point is to keep a steady mind throughout the trials, the tribulation, the suffering, but also in the feasting, the abundance, the gain. It's about keeping the same mind. It's about what? Where's my mind got to be on? The Most High. Still got a job to do. Still got to keep a standard. Still have to be an Israelite. Can't lose my culture because I gained something else. Can't lose who I am because I gained something else. And a lot of the times that's the problem. You lose who you are through the affliction when you're supposed to really be gaining something.
Right.
Right? You're supposed to be gaining who you are through the affliction and being able to step back and say, wait, okay, I got this situation I'm going through. How do I position my mind to be able to go through it the correct way? What does the Most High want to see from me? What does he want to hear from me? Does he want me to be looking at how other people are getting it and mimic them? Or does he want me to trust in him?
Trust in him.
And mimic what the Bible and righteous men did.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to give up?
Well,
Or you want me to fight?
like,
Yeah. You want me to denounce my righteousness? Man, this was for nothing, bruh. Is that what the Most High wants? For you to just, bruh, it was a waste of time. All them whole 8 years, shalom. Oh no, peace. You ain't saying shalom no more. You peacing brothers. Peace out.
All right, then.
All right, yeah. You know, I gotta get me right. Right? You gotta really think about it. You gotta really, I'm telling y'all, I get a chance, go back and read these Psalms. It's a crazy psalm right here. This dude is being real, but I like it. He's being real. At least being real. He's showing you where men can go. But then he's going to show us something where men should be.
yeah.
the mind can go to some strange places, right?
God.
Well,
Yeah.
the mind, you can be
Yeah,
carried
man.
away in your own thought, but then this is the thing: you always got to be grounded
God.
and rooted in something. In the wisdom, you got to always come back and say, "Wait, no, hold up, let me reevaluate that." Come on, read. Where you at?
But let him
Go ahead.
glorify the Most High.
And that's the point. It's about glorifying the Most High. Right. Go back to Psalms. You got one more verse? Yeah, go ahead. 14.
Psalm 73 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, man, I'm still catching hell as the right. Yeah, but guess what? You're supposed to. Did you not read David's Psalm? Did you not read Psalm 34? Through much affliction, Acts, we shall enter into the kingdom. Right? So, you know, you could also, just for this section of reading, you could also write down Job 21 and verse 7 through 20. Because he articulates, I don't want to go into it, you can just write it down, read it on your own. He goes into it. We've already read Job. So for those online, you can write down Job 21 and 7. You could also write down Job 5 and 3 through verse 6. These kind of go along with that wicked, how they think, how they move, their prosperity. But the scriptures say, off is the candle of the wicked blown out. I think it says that in that Job. Off is the candle of the wicked blown out. They get blown out more than you know. They get destroyed more than you know. And that's the point. You can't see everything. But the things you should see, you don't. You're looking at them grow, prosper, but look at their end. Look at their demise. And why are you still standing? What gives you the ability to keep going? Well, it's your trust in the Father. Right? So what we got? Any questions or next reader? I mean, I think that was pretty understandable, right? Until he said it. Right. Shemala, Esau's the devil, the Bible speaks. Banging on Esau, bro. God, I believe it. I wholly subscribe to that sentiment. Man, it's the devil. The devil! The devil is not welcome here.
Corey, Shabbat Shaw, Yahada, Bon Yasharella.
Lift your voice up and do it again.
Corey, Shabbat Shaw, Yahada, Bon Yasharella.
Corey, Shabbat Shaw, Yahawada, Ben Yashala, men of Israel, I might. Right?
Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatha.
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Barakatha.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was nice.
You see I lifted it up?
That was nice.
And it's supposed to be brought thumb because it's three of us.
And it's Barakatham. Come on, man. Hey, I'm gonna say
We
this.
salute you.
Y'all online, so you gotta make sure y'all do it a certain way.
It's funny how he did that because you know in the movie Avengers Infinity War when the Guardians of the Galaxy pick up Thor's talking in his deep voice.
Oh,
And
and
then
then Quill.
Quill's is like, yeah. So that was nice, though, bro. I didn't know you could talk like that.
Appreciate it.
It was nice. I like that.
Yeah, I got it from beneath.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Saya?
Sound like a Jew,
So what was he sounding like before?
Like his throat was dry.
Watch out now.
A little moistening.
Pause.
Where we at? We at Psalm 73 and 15.
All right.
You talk like this, real fast.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Come on.
Psalms chapter 73 and verse 15. If I say, I will speak
Thus, behold, I should offend against the generations of thy children.
Yeah, meaning if I keep up this thought process and articulate these things, I'm gonna offend against the men and women that have went through their trials and tribulations and trusted in the Most High, right? I'm gonna offend against them. I'm gonna offend I'm gonna offend in the, offend them because why? I'm not fighting like them. Remember, Ecclesiastes 2 tells us what? Look at the men of old who trusted in the Most High and was confounded.
Right.
Right. So what he's saying is, look, if I let this thought process ride, I'm gonna offend their honor, their legacy. I'm gonna offend the legacy of a Moses who gave up the riches of Egypt for the reproach of Christ. I'm gonna offend the legacy of Adam or Abraham who left his place of nativity, right, and followed the Most High wholeheartedly. I'm gonna offend their legacy, their honor. Right, go ahead.
Verse 16.
So what he's doing is he's coming back to his right mind. He almost slipped. He articulated why, and then he's now coming back to his right state of thinking, that righteous mind. Come on.
When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me.
Right.
Until I went into the sanctuary of God.
Right. What does the sanctuary represent? What does the sanctuary represent? Doesn't it represent a state of holiness, being set apart? Right? Remember, before the high priest went into that sanctuary, they had to have them thoughts aligned a proper way, or you just getting drug out. You just getting drug out by your foot with the rope. Remember that? So it just represented a more purer, holy state of mind, right? That, wait, I gotta look at what this is really about. And I gotta recalibrate my thinking. And he said it. Move over a little bit. You acting like you don't like me. I'm nervous. I ain't coughed. Boy, I get nervous. I have not coughed all day.
Don't worry, I got you.
Damn.
Locked in loaded, baby.
Yeah, let me appease him.
We good.
Go ahead.
I had definition for sanctuary.
Yeah, what you got?
Sanctuary in 1828 says a sacred place, particularly among the Israelites.
Right.
The most retired part of the temple at Jerusalem, called the Holy of Holies.
Right.
In which was kept the Ark of the Covenant, and into which no person was permitted to enter.
Right. So even before the high priest went into that Holy of Holies, it said there couldn't be no uncleanness in him. You're gonna drop dead. Right. So what is he saying? That he got to get these unclean thoughts up out of his mind and come back to that pure state of mind. And when he was able to look at the Most High's purity, read on.
Verse 17 from the top. Until I went into the sanctuary of God, then understood I therein.
And then he was able to see that it ain't worth it following the wicked. Because now I see their end. They're not here with me. They over there getting burnt up. They're the sacrifice. He getting burnt on the altar, right?
They're the ransom.
They're the ransom. That's the point. So he's coming back to his mind.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
Surely thou didst set them in slippery places.
See, now he's able to step back for real and look like, wait, there's no depth in their bonds, but nah, they slipping and sliding. They have no footing,
Right.
no longevity for real.
Things are really uncertain for them.
Yeah, because look at the way they live. They got to get it every day by their own means. But guess what? We can trust in the Lord. He'll provide. It's slippery for them. It's a slippery slope. It's an uphill battle. It may look good, but if you really look and evaluate, it don't take that much looking. Go ahead.
Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation? As in a moment.
As in a what?
A moment.
Because 1 minute they ride high, and then the next minute, give me that one where it says, "Off is the camel of the wicked blown out." I think it is in that Job. Right? You got me? Read that.
Job 21, verse 17.
Yeah, I knew it was in that, Joe. Go ahead.
How oft is the candle of the wicked put out?
Very oft. Very often. Right? And it may not be very apparent. It may not be right in your face like how they're living. But one minute the dope dealer is there dealing dope. The next minute, man, what happened to such and such? And he went to the club and he was talking crazy and bop bop bop. Right? Or this person or that person is constantly, when we, working in the mall and being, working in the mall, having a business inside of the mall, you see that. You see a cat slide through and he's just living life and he's just doing the thing and he got everything you want. And you're like, damn, this man living it. The next day, or he might just slide through for a month or two, and then he don't slide through no more. And then you see him 6 months later and he don't got on nothing that he had on when you met him. He looking like the Most High put him through the ringer, and he's like, man, what you been on? He's like, man, I got locked up, man, 6 months, right? 6 months, 8 months, a year. Damn, really? Man, I got into this bad car accident, man, broke my legs. Man, I caught this disease, and I have to have a heart transplant. Like, what?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm not bruh.
These real stories.
I am not making
not
it up.
fabricated. Like it's not a made up example. It's a real live example.
Many people sliding through. But the thing is, what were they on?
Yeah.
Because when you talk to them on the onset, they out there, sleeping with everybody, or they what you do for, oh man, I just be moving that weight. I slang them pies, and you're like, damn, bro, that ain't the way to do it, man. And then, you see them again and they just caught up bad and they just down bad. And you're like, wow. Most High is, because it's an example for you to not lust after what they're doing. It's a check. They're the check for you. They should be. I know they was the check for me. I know they was in that mall and you just, man, everybody just living life. And you in here on the Saturday and you just like, damn. I'm up in here and I gotta move around and I gotta
shuck and
jive for the same people that don't give a damn about what you got going on. They just care about them, but you do it. You do it, right? Because later down the line, you're gonna hear something about those same people that you interact with. You're gonna hear about their life and they're gonna come to you with their issues. Yeah, man, I got caught up in that baby mama drama, all that creeping I was doing. And I got 4 or 5 kids, that child support is hurting me. I have to go get 4 jobs. That's why I ain't seeing you, because you just working to pay child support. Yeah, man. They hit me with like a $1,500 judgment. Dang. Per month? No, every 2 weeks.
Oh, 1,500 every 2 weeks.
Kids you got, that's $700 a kid. Yo, telling you, I know people. $3,000 a month. $4,000 a month. I know people. I'm telling you. Yes. Getting just destroyed. Getting destroyed, bro. I'm telling you, because they want to run around, mistreat their woman, or whatever the case may be. Trying to do the Playboy thing, bro. Take care of your family. Oh, I'm good. I'm straight. And then they get caught up, man. Cheating too much. She caught me and then she threw me on child support and divorced me. Now I got to pay alimony and child support. Dang. Bro, you didn't have to do all that. But the check is there to show you that don't lust after what they're doing and the way they do it. Their candle is often being put out. That loftiness is always being brought down to a level. Go ahead.
And how oft cometh their destruction upon them.
And that's the thing. Their destruction comes often. And in many lessons they are destroyed. And it doesn't mean they're just damn killed every single time. Right? But they're being brought down low constantly. As one wicked one rise up, another wicked one is being brought down. We're gonna learn that too as we read on. Is that it?
God distributeth sorrows in his anger.
See that? He's throwing out sorrows. Most High, it says he's angry with the wicked all the day long. Don't it say that?
No.
Right. And so in his anger, he's distributing sorrows to them. What sorrows we got? I don't got no sorrows. I'm not sorrowful. A little bit of tribulation, a little bit of affliction, but I'm not in sorrow. Right? Because we're not suffering like them. Go ahead.
They are as stubble before the wind.
Yeah, they just getting blown around. They got no stability. They're just getting tossed to and fro with every wind. Every wind moves them. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna get into this. Yeah, that didn't work out. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. Go ahead.
And as chaff that the storm carrieth away.
Right. Go ahead.
God layeth up his iniquity for his children.
Right.
He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction.
Go ahead.
And he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty.
Right. Y'all see that? Right. We can jump back. Jump back.
Verse 19, last precept. They are utterly consumed with terrors.
Go ahead.
As a dream when one awaketh.
Mm-hmm.
So, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my ring. So foolish was I, and ignorant I was as a beast before thee.
Right. Why? Because can you call him back and see what he wants for this talk to him real quick? Right. Because where we at? What verse?
I just finished verse 22.
Right. So foolish was I and ignorant. What is he ignorant of? The Most High. His benefit. Ignorant because I'm looking at the wrong things. My eyesight is focused on the wrong things. Not seeing that for the wicked, they don't last too long. But if I'm almost slipping on them,
He wanted to say something to the Psalms, to the class.
bro, we online. They don't hear that. Come on, bro.
You like online. I think I'm hear that.
Come on, bro. He threw me off on that. Come on, read on. Where we at? We're online. Just text it. Bro, tell him to text it in the chat. Tell him to text it in the chat.
He said to text it in the chat.
Verse 23. never.
Bro, stop. Come on.
God, dog. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee.
Right.
Thou hast holden me by my right hand.
Right. You see that? What is he coming back to again? The right state of mind. Nevertheless, I got to be with the Most High. He's the one that's been upholding me with that right hand. That right hand, that power, that judgment, that righteousness. Go ahead.
Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel.
Thou shalt do what?
Guide me with thy counsel.
With thy riches.
Thy counsel.
Thy money.
Thy counsel.
Yeah, it's about where is my counsel at? Right? The wicked don't care about counsel. But the righteous, we delight in counsel. Go ahead.
And afterward, receive me to glory.
And go ahead.
Whom have I in heaven but thee? Said Salah. And there is none upon earth that I desire besides thee.
Go ahead.
My flesh and my heart faileth.
Right.
But God is the strength of my heart.
Right. So what is he articulating here? It's not about flesh. You can't put trust in the flesh.
Right.
You can't make flesh your arm. Go ahead.
And my portion forever. For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them
Right.
that go a whoring from thee.
Right, we see that through just the aisles of time. When Israel left off from the Most High, what happened? We were destroyed. When we left off the commandment, when we left off the laws, when we left off from our heritage to keep the commandments of others, what happened? That was our destruction. Right? What's that?
Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel. It basically is Isaiah 34:16.
Read it.
You know, Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mates.
Right.
For my mouth hath commanded it, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Right. To the law and to the testimony. Right. It's about going towards that. Right.
So what Thawin wanted to add was brought up the example of the high priest going to the Holy of Holies and that veil dropping and him having to get pulled out. But for the average person, it's coming into the sanctuary and dealing with the priest, and the priest will give all these examples of what the wicked go through in order to alleviate that mind of, look, don't be envious of this person because of what you see them getting or gaining. And he was saying, like, it's important for the class to know that it's not just a priest thing, it's a everybody thing. Like, everybody gotta get their minds cleansed and sanctified in dealing with these things. And that's how it happens. It happens by communicating, it happens by talking to one another.
It's a good wisdom. Right? It's good wisdom. Where we at?
Verse 28. Psalm 73 and verse 28.
Right. Verse 28. Right. Go ahead.
But it is
Come.
but it is good for me to draw near to God.
Right. See that? It's good for me to draw near to the Most High. His counsel, his wisdom, his spirit. Go ahead.
I have put my trust in the Lord God, that I may declare all thy works.
Right. Any questions on that? All right. Go to the next, 74 to 13. Go ahead.
Want me to keep reading?
Yeah, you keep reading. Oh, no. Oh, my bad. Bro, see? Bro, my eyesight is crazy right now. This is crazy. My eyes, bro, are not working the way they need to. Right, oh, so it ended right there for you. All right. Next reader.
Yahweh, Banya Shala.
Right, Shabbat Tashah, Yahweh, Banya Shala, men of Israel, I might Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatham.
He lost the deepness. It went away. That voice is gone. He ain't 50 no more. Man, bro. I don't know, man. Where we at? We had Psalm 74 on 1.
Psalm chapter 74 and verse 1. O God, why hast thou cast us off forever? Why doeth thine anger smoke against the sheep of thy pasture? Remember thy congregation, which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed.
Yeah, because doesn't it feel like that sometimes when you just look at the estate of our people? Sometimes you get that feeling that, man, how long right? How long are we gonna just be in these situations, these calamities as a whole? Right? How long? When is the Most High, did he forget us? Well, again, it's about how you look at things, right? It's about how you look at things. It's about going back into the history and saying, well, as long as we served our time, the Most High redeemed us, right? And that's all it ever was, is you did the crime, you do the time, Most High to the rescue. He sends the Savior in his time, and he gets us out of it. Go ahead.
This Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt, lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy hath done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregations. They set up their signs
And their ensigns.
their ensigns for signs.
Right, and you can see examples of that. Go to First Maccabees. Go to First Maccabees 141. Right? So what is he saying? He's asking the Most High to step in, lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolation. Step in, do something, help us out. But the prophecies are the prophecies, right? Our punishments are our punishments. Read First Maccabees 1:41, because these things did happen. Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1 verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus
Right.
wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Let's do this. Let me get another reader that's louder, because they probably can't hear him online. His voices.
First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 41.
Right. Not because you ain't reading good, it's just that your voice is low. Go ahead.
Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom,
Right.
that all should be one people,
Right. Go ahead.
and every one should leave its laws, so that the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
Go ahead.
Yea, many also the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah,
Right.
that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Right. So this was the beginning of the Hellenization of the Israelites, the Maccabees, right? Where King Antiochus, however you pronounce it, basically sent out decrees for the people all to be one. Lose your religion, lose your heritage, right? And take on our customs. Go ahead.
And forbid burnt offerings.
And not just the customs, the language, the operations of the sanctuary, all that was to be done away with. Go ahead.
And sacrifice and drink offerings
Right.
in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
Go ahead.
And polluted the sanctuary.
And did what?
And polluted the sanctuary.
Right. So lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy hath done wickedly in the sanctuary. Go ahead.
And holy people.
So these are the wickednesses that the enemy would eventually do in the sanctuary. Go ahead.
Set up altars.
They did what?
Set up altars.
Right. And when it says, thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregations, for they set up their ensigns for signs. Right? It was an ensign, sign, it's the same word. Same Hebrew word. But what is it? What is their sign of conquest? What do? Well, they set up their own altars. They set up their own groves. They set up their own places of worship right in our lands. Right? Like when America goes and shows that they got a country on lock, what do they do? What is their ensign? What do they plant? Like when they went to the moon, what did they put? Their little flag, right? That was their sign that this is ours. This is our land, right? It's the same thing throughout history. They're gonna build their temples. They're gonna build their places of worship to show we have the rulership over you. Go ahead.
And groves, and chapels of idols,
Go ahead.
and
Yeah.
sacrifice
Your chapels, right, of idols. Go ahead.
and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Right.
To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
Right.
And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
Right. Jump down to verse 54.
Verse 54. Now the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 145th year, forgive me, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar.
Upon the altar. Go ahead.
And builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side.
Right. And that's the point. But, you know, when you go to the Psalms, it talks about perpetual desolations. This thing happened more than once. Right? Even when we had our temples, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, the same things happened. Just not to the level that Antiochus did it, right? Or the Romans in 70 AD did it. But those things happened where we were allowing the kings of Assyria and Syria to pillage our temples, right? Taking all the gold off the pillars and all the gold instruments, right? We were allowing the heathen to come in and just ransack us throughout history. So what is he asking? When is it going to stop? Well, it only stops when we get right. Jump back to Psalms. Oh no, go to 2 Maccabees 4:12. Just so we get a little bit of a little history.
Con.
No. Let him read. Max. Your voice, bro. Your voice online is gonna be low. In regular class, when we ain't online, you got it. But for the camera, just so they can hear. 2 Maccabees 4. What'd I say?
12.
Read it real quick.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 12
through 15.
through 15.
Uh-huh.
For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself,
Go ahead.
and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat.
Go ahead.
Now such was the height of Greek fashions, and an increase of Hellenish manners.
See that? So, again, in that taking over the people, right? Roaring in the sanctuary. It was about Hellenizing the people and making us lose our custom to take over their customs. Those Greek manners, right? That gymnasium, you know what they was doing up in there? They was naked. Bathhouses, right? They had their, we talk about it in the Greek customs. They had, what is it called? The little boys they used to roll around with?
Aladdin or something?
Yeah, man, I forget the word. You said, what it's called, where the men would have like little boys, they would use them for pleasure. They call them,
Nasty.
it's nasty.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Let's talk about.
It's a Greek term.
Pederasty.
Pederasty. Yeah, they would do pederasty, right? Pederasty, where they would have a little young boy, right? They would feed him, clothe him, teach him some things, but then he was used for other purposes.
That's just legal.
That's their homosexuality and things like that. That was a Greek custom. Pederasty. You can look it up.
What?
Right? And it just, I mean, come on. That's where you get your pedophile and things like that. So these were the Greek customs that they were trying to usher into our belief system. Erase your belief system of holiness, law, righteousness, and take on our heathenistic customs. Go ahead.
Through the exceeding profaneness of Jason,
Come on.
that ungodly wretch, and no high priest,
Go ahead.
that the priests had no courage to serve any more at the altar,
Right.
but despising the temple.
They did what?
Despising the temple.
Come on.
And neglecting the sacrificing, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise.
Go ahead.
After the game of discus, called them forth. Now setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Not doing what?
Not setting by the honors of their fathers.
Because that was the whole point. How do you destroy a people? You remove the righteous teachings of their fathers. And you give them those heathenistic manners. Right? You put them in naked gyms. You give them nasty customs to follow, and you break down their moral fabric. That's what he's articulating in Psalms. Let's jump back.
Psalms chapter 74 and verse 5.
Right?
A man was famous according as he had lifted up axes upon the thick trees.
Right?
But now they break down the carved work thereof.
Right. A man that you built that temple, you was famous. You put your hand to that work. Right? You did that engraving. Remember you read about Solomon's temple, the temple that was built in Solomon's time, and it talks about the craftsmanship, the lily work along the borders, and the work of the gold, beaten gold, things carved out by hand, overlaid with gold. It was all hand. It was all hand. There's no machines carving things out. It was right. You cut down that wood. You fashion that wood for the temple. You were famous. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
At once with axes and hammers.
Right.
Verse 7. They have cast fire into thy sanctuary. They have defiled by casting down the dwelling place of thy name to the ground.
Right, now, go ahead.
They said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. They have burnt up all the synagogues of God in the land.
Go ahead.
We see not our sign.
Now, he got to be prophesying here, future, because this didn't happen yet. Where they were burning up synagogues in the sanctuary. Who built the temple? David or Solomon? Solomon did. Aasph was in the time of David. Not saying that he didn't go into the time of Solomon, but he couldn't have lived that long where the temple was destroyed. There's no way he lived that long. Right. Where the Babylonians came in and burnt the temple. You see that? So here you got a man prophesying future events. Go ahead.
There is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long.
Right. Go to Amos 8:11.
Amos chapter 8, verse 11.
Go ahead.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land.
Right.
Not a famine of bread,
Go ahead.
nor a thirst of water,
Right.
but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Right. And we see that this happened even in the time of Samuel, where it said there was no what did it say? It said the word of the Lord was shut off, or no vision. Let me see. Y'all remember that in Samuel?
1 Samuel 3:1, I think.
Right. It said the word. What did it
It was
say?
precious in those days.
It was precious. There was no vision. Right. Right. There was no open visions.
Verse
Right.
1 Samuel chapter 3.
Yeah, you can read it.
And the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli.
Right.
And the words of the Lord were precious in those days.
Right. Well, what was going on in those days with Eli's sons? It was wicked as hell. So they weren't going to get the visions from the Most High and the word from the Most High when Saul went off. Most High cut him off. He wasn't hearing nothing. right? When Saul went off, he wasn't hearing anything until he had to go do what? He had to try to go resurrect Samuel's spirit, just to be told, you're gonna die. Go ahead.
There was no open vision.
And then what do we get? We get Samuel, righteous man, he's able to get those things, right? Why does the Most High cut these things off? Well, because when you're getting them, you don't care. You're not using it. You're despising the words, you're throwing them behind your back, you're closing your ears. So, okay, I'm going to shut them off completely, right? So what does he ask in his Psalms? We see not our signs. There's no more any prophet, right? What did that prophet represent? He was a mediator, right? He was the messenger of the Most High. So, man, the Most High is not dealing with us. We're cut off. Go ahead, go back to Psalms.
Psalms chapter 74, verse 10. O God, how long shall the adversary reproach?
Right.
Shall the enemy
Blaspheme.
blaspheme thy name forever? Why withdrawest thou hand, even thy right hand, pluck it out of thy bosom?
Right, meaning help us. Right? Give us a sign. Work on our behalf. Go ahead.
For God is my King of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength.
I did as what?
Divide the sea by thy strength.
What did he divide? What sea? The Red Sea, right? What'd you say?
I said the people.
No. He divided the Red Sea. Go ahead.
Thou barkest the heads of the dragons in the waters.
Right. Go to Ezekiel 29 real quick. Verse 3. Go to Ezekiel 29 and verse 3. So this is the thing. We're reading, and he's what's going on here in his mind? Well, we're going through calamities, we're getting beat down, but what is he able to go back and do as a righteous man? Remember the days of old, right? He's able to go back and say, well, when Israel was in a calamity, the Most High worked on their behalf. Right? Keep quoting. Go to that Ecclesiasticus 2 real quick. What man? Look at the men of old.
2 verse 10.
Read that for me.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Look at the generations of old,
Right.
and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Right. So verse 12, for the Most High is my King of old, working salvation. So he's looking at the times when we were saved, right, from a calamity or from a situation, and then he's saying, okay, look, if the Most High did it then, he surely got the power to do it now, and that's how we gotta look. Look at the men of old, who trusted in the Lord and was confounded. Go ahead.
Or did any abide in his fear?
Right.
And was forsaken?
Right. Jump back to Psalms. Oh no, where did I call? Ezekiel.
Ezekiel 29 verse 3.
Right. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 29 and verse 3.
Right.
Speak and say, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt,
Right.
the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers.
The what?
The great dragon
Come on.
that lieth in the midst of his rivers.
Go back to Psalm 74:13.
Psalms chapter 74.
What is he talking about? He's talking about dividing the Red Sea and crushing the Egyptians. Go ahead.
Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength.
Right.
Thou breakest the hands of the dragons.
The heads.
The heads of the dragons.
Oh, yeah, you need a bigger Bible too. Go ahead.
And the waters.
We all got these small Bibles, but bruh, go ahead.
Verse 14.
Right.
Thou barkest the heads of the Leviathan
Right.
in pieces, and gravest him to be the meat to the people, inhabiting the wilderness.
Go ahead.
That's it.
That's it for you?
Yeah. Verse 13.
Oh, you're supposed to read 13. You read 14. It's all good.
I read 13.
Yeah, and you read 14 too.
Oh.
It's fine. Who's next? Oh, okay. That's nothing else.
Gabar Shabbat Shaw Yahawada Banya Shurala.
Gabar Shabbat Shaw, Yahawada, Banya Shala, men of Israel, and Mikey, Barak,
Yahawah Bashim Yahweh Shabbat Katham.
Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat.
And we're gonna see, man, just through these couple of Psalms, you're gonna see that he kind of keeps the same message of reverting back to the time of Egypt when the Most High delivered us from the Egyptians. We're gonna refer to it a few times, right? And it makes sense, because that's what we should be doing. We should be looking at what we've been through and what the Most High has delivered us from, which is everything. That's why you're still here. Right? He's delivered you out of all. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered out of all.
Delivered him out of them all.
Them all. Yeah, that's the point. Like, you can point to the bigger situations, but there's many small situations that you were in where the Most High got you out of it.
Yep.
Where you trusted and believed, and it was, you know what? I got your back. I got your back. And, you know, we got to think that way. We have to be able to look back. That's what he's doing here. Not being caught up in the moment, but looking back and saying, look, the Most High been working. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 74, verse 15. Thou didst cleave the fountain and the flood. Thou driest up mighty rivers.
Right? Did we not walk twice on dry land through rivers? The Jordan was dried up. The Red Sea was dried up. It said it was dry land. Go ahead.
The day is thine. The night is also thine. Thou hast prepared the light and the sun. Thou hast set all the borders of the earth. Thou hast made summer and winter. Remember this, that the enemy have reproached, O Lord, and that the foolish people have blasphemed thy name. O deliver not the soul of the turtle dove unto the multitude of the wicked. Forget not the congregation of thy poor forever. Have respect unto the covenant, for the dark places of the earth are full of the habitations of cruelty.
Yeah, I mean, have respect to the covenant. Well, what was the covenant that was made? We go back to Genesis, right? We go back to the covenants made with Abraham, the covenants made in Deuteronomy with the children of Israel, right? We go back to those covenants, and then that darkness, right? That's where the light of the Most High ain't shining. The light, there's many dark places in this earth, right? Where wisdom, they're not applying any wisdom. That darkness is covering the people. So what is he asking here? He said, where verse you at? Right. For the dark places of the earth are full of habitations of cruelty. That's where you don't want to be. You want to be in that light. Right? You want to be in that light. The law is the light. It's like a lamp. It lightens our foot. It brightens our path.
That's right.
That's where you want to be. You don't want to be in those dark places where there is no law, where they're not applying the wisdom of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 21. O let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. Arise, O Yahweh, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily. Forget not the voice of thine enemies.
Right.
The tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually.
And what does that sound like? What Psalms? Psalms 83, right? Yeah. Right? So, these things are echoed. I know we go to Psalms 83, the tumult, but he was saying those things before Psalms 83. Right? And that's the point, man. all that stuff, all the stuff that goes on around the world, all the the nations, and Esau is this and this nation is that, and Moab is my wash spot, and Canaan will never ever enter into the congregation. Like, really, at the end of it all you have to remember is to keep you on point with the Most High. Right. Those things are going to happen regardless, with or without you. Most High's will is going to be accomplished, but the point is, like it says, what, Ezra 7? Is it 7? Where it says the wicked, 9. You know what I want? Where it says, right, 2nd Ezra 9 and 13. I'll read it real quick. It says, and therefore be not thou curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Right? Whose the world is and for whom the world is created. Like, that's what we should be worried about. How we gonna make it? 2nd Ezra 9:13. That's what we should be focused on, man. The punishment of the wicked is gonna be there regardless. The noise that they make, the tumult, the things that they come up with, the Most High is gonna reconcile that. He already is. That's the point. But don't get caught up in their punishment. Get caught up in your salvation. And that's a lot of the times, that's sometimes the issue. You get frustrated because you're not seeing that punishment being doled out the way you think it should. But it's not up to you. You shouldn't be looking for that punishment. You shouldn't be looking for that. Look for that. Look for the salvation. Right? Let the Most High reconcile those other things. Right? The tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually. So what is the Most High going to do? Well, he's going to increase his chastisements on this world. The wildfires, the plagues, the disease, those things are going to increase. It says like a woman in travail. Those things are going to increase and increase and increase. You got to work to make sure you're not part of those situations, those plagues, the famines, right? The recalls, the fires. We got to make sure that we don't fall in those crosshairs, right? Where we at?
Psalm 75.
So we saw any questions? Okay. Go ahead.
Psalm 75, verse 1. Unto thee, O Yahweh, do we give thanks. Unto thee do we give thanks. For that thy name is near, thy wondrous works declare.
See that? Thy wondrous works declare. Like, vain men don't think like this. They don't look at the wonderful works of the Lord. They look at the creation more than the creator. But we as believers in the Most High and having the faith, we're able to see past the vanity of things, right? We're able to look a little bit more deeper into things. We're able to see the beauty of the Most High and everything. Go ahead.
When I shall receive the congregation, I will judge uprightly. The earth and all the inhabitants thereof are dissolved. I bear up the pillars of it.
Yeah, the Most High has the power to dissolve it and to build it up. Go ahead.
Salah.
Who's next?
Yes.
No? Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're on the 5th reading. Yes, sir.
Yashikar Shabbat Shah Yashikar Banya Shalom.
Yashakar, Shabbat Yashakar, Banyashal, men of Israel. Magic. Right?
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakatham.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Brakatham.
Back against these plaques. No, I said, Careful, back it against these flags. I keep hitting them with my chair.
So we're at Psalm chapter 75, verse 4.
Right.
It says, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly,
Mm-hmm.
and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck.
Right. Don't try to show yourself overly strong or lift yourself up in that strength.
Dang.
Right? But that's what fools do. Right? That's what the wicked do. It's about their strength. It's about overtaking. Go ahead.
Verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east,
Right.
nor from the west,
Right.
nor from the south.
Go ahead.
But the Most High is the judge.
Mm-hmm.
He putteth down one.
Because while you try to lift yourself up, the Most High is just going to knock you down.
Come on.
Right? While you try to promote yourself, the Most High he's the one that promotes. We see that. I mean, just look at all the kings, right? Look at all the kings of the earth that have been promoted. They all have been promoted, whether it be an Israelite king or some other nation. It's all the Most High. When the Most High got Nebuchadnezzar on us, that was him doing that. That was the Most High. Right? As long as Nebuchadnezzar did his job, the Most High kept him rolling.
He called him his servant.
Huh?
He called Nebuchadnezzar his servant.
Yeah. I think he called him it was either Nebuchadnezzar or Darius, one of them. He called him his anointed.
Come.
Yeah. Yeah. The Most High set up kings. He set up kings over Israel. Right? He knocked down kings when Solomon was set up, when David was set up. What happened? When they did what they did, well, I'm gonna rent the kingdom. Here goes another king, give it a try. Oh, you wicked? Knock you out the way. Here goes another, oh, you righteous? Okay, keep doing it, keep going. Another king. And we see that through the aisles of time.
Okay.
Right? We see that through the aisles of time. It's the Most High that promotes, and that's the point. A man can do whatever he wants. He could force through his own strength to get somewhere, but you may get there, but then who's going to pull you out that seat? Even America, right? Just ask yourself, what wicked kingdom have you seen just sit in rulership forever? None. They all fell. This place ain't no different. That's the point. Most High is going to pull it down. Go ahead.
He put it down one and set up another.
Right.
For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup.
Right.
And the wine is red.
Mm-hmm.
It is full of mixture.
Mm-hmm.
And he poured out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall wring them out.
Remember we read, he said that a few chapters ago. He said they would,
Psalms
what was it?
11 and 6.
No, we just read it. In verse 73 and 10. Therefore his people return, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. Right? Go from there. Go to Jeremiah 25 real quick. Because all he's talking about is basically the Most High's fury is going to go throughout the earth, and he's going to recompense the wicked. Right? It's all in the Most High's hands. Everyone drinks from that cup. Whether you're an Israelite, whether you're a nation, right?
25:15.
Read 25:15. Yes, sir.
Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 15.
Go ahead.
For thus saith the Lord God of Israel unto me,
Come on.
take the wine cup of his fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it.
See that? All the nations. Come on. Because they all have a judgment. All the nations have a judgment. Go ahead.
And they shall drink it and be moved and be mad.
Right.
Because
Go ahead.
of the sword that I shall send among them.
See that? Go ahead.
Then took I the cup of the Lord's hand, and made all the nations to drink. unto whom the Lord has sent me.
What verse you at?
Verse 18.
Verse 18, go ahead.
To wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah.
And so what he's going to do now, he just going to, and we're not going to sit here and read all of this, but what is he going to do? He's going to name Jerusalem, Judah, right? Pharaoh, Egypt, Edom, Moab, Tyrus, Zidon, Dedan, Tema. He's going to just go through all these nations, right? Why? Because they all have to drink of that cup, right? They all have to own up for the things that they've done. They all going to face that sword, right? Jump down real quick. Jump down.
Sit down.
27.
Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 27.
After he names all these kingdoms and peoples, go ahead.
Therefore, thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel.
Go ahead.
Drink ye, and be drunken,
Right.
and spew, and fall,
Yeah. Throw up, stumble, fall. Go ahead.
and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you.
Right. It's that judgment. That's the point. Go from there. Where we always go. There's another one. Jeremiah 51. We can go to Jeremiah 51. We go to Jeremiah 51, where it says the nations are mad because they drank of the cup. Babylon.
Yeah.
Right.
Or, 51 verse 6, 5.
And verse 17.
17?
Is it 17?
That
7.
one was loaded up when the animal already made
Yeah,
all
7.
to drink.
Yep.
Yeah. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7.
Start at 6.
Verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon,
Right.
and deliver every man his soul.
Now we know this. The thing with Babylon is that their influence is all throughout the earth. That's the point. So can you literally flee? Does it matter what country or what landmass you go to? If it's an influential thing, where you can go to other countries and they're celebrating Christmas like it's America and Easter, and they're keeping American customs, pagan Babylonian customs everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where you go. It says the earth is defiled. It says the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Right? So you can't physically flee, because it doesn't matter where you physically go. There's an influence of the wicked. There's Babylon's influence. It's that confusion. Go ahead.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Go ahead.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
Right?
He will render unto her a recompense.
So the fleeing would have to be a spiritual, being born again, renewed in the knowledge of Christ. That's how we flee. You flee into the book. Right? You flee to class. You flee amongst the brethren. You flee to the feast day. Right? You flee to keep the Sabbath. Like, that's the only way we can flee. The influence. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Right? So Babylon is like an influential wine. Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken.
See that? Their influence has made all the earth drunk. Right? All the different ideologies that come from Babylon. Go ahead.
The nations have drunken of her wine.
Go ahead.
Therefore, the nations are mad.
Why? Because going back to that Jeremiah 25, they all catching, right, that butt whooping for following the Babylonian influence, for following that influence, for being drug into that. Right? Go from there. Go to Isaiah. Oh, what do I want? Is it Isaiah? Go to Isaiah real quick. 50. Go to Isaiah 51. Look at verse, let me see. Right, 17. Isaiah 51 and verse 17.
Isaiah 51, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Awake, Stand up,
Right, go ahead.
O Jerusalem.
Yeah, Most High is saying, wake up. Come up out of the slumber. Stand up. Awake, awake, what does it say? Awake, awake. Oh, virgin, awake, awake. Put on thy garments.
Yeah.
That's in Isaiah.
That's
also.
Isaiah.
Right.
Put on thy
Oh,
garments.
verse 52.
Verse 52.
Oh.
Chapter 52.
It's chapter 52. Right. Okay. Right. Awake, awake. Put on thy strength, O Zion. Right. Wake up. Come out of the slumber. Come out of the influence of Babylon. Get back to serving the Most High. Go ahead.
Which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury.
Right. Wake up. Get out of pop up out of the slumber. We get in the check. We're feeling the punishments. We're going through these curses. Wake up now. You drank the cup of the fury, right? Wake up now. This is the opportunity to come back to who you are. Right? You don't have the slave Bible. You have the complete 80-book canon. Get back to it. You got the internet. You can research. You can look at the language, Greek, Hebrew. Like, wake the hell up. You don't have to be stuck in that influence of America or whatever country you live in. Wake up. Go ahead.
Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trouble.
Right?
And wrung them out.
Right. So we see that it's just talking about that the Most High dropping the judgment, the sword, and every nation. Nobody's excusable is the point. Once you got that influence of Babylon, the Most High had an issue with you. You were gonna have to pay for following that influence, right? Just like Isaiah 30, woe to them that go down to Egypt, cover with a covering, not of my spirit. Same thing. It said it said the shadow of Egypt was gonna be your shame. It's Isaiah 30 and 1 down. All right, jump back. What's that?
Can Psalms 11 and 6 be added to this group? Or would it be?
Yeah, I can. I know you're going.
Is it appropriate for this?
Let me look at it. Psalms 11. Upon the wicked. Yeah, it can, because just read it. What is it talking about? Read it. Psalm
chapter 11 and verse 6. Upon the wicked,
right,
he shall rain snares,
right,
fire,
right,
and brimstone,
right,
and horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup.
Of their cup. This is going to be their punishment. This is going to be what they have to drink. Right? This is what they're going to have to deal with. So yeah, it goes with it. And it's right there in your little midsection. Your little mid-section of the Bible. You see it? No. You see it right there, though? It gives you that precept.
Okay. Good job.
Psalms 11 and 6. Right, go back. Jump back to Psalm 75. Read verse 8 again. So we understand that cup is the Most High's fury. Right? That cup is his fury, the recompense of the actions. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 75 verse 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall wring them out and drink them.
They're going to take their punishment. Go ahead.
But I will declare forever. I will sing praises to the power of Jacob. Or the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted.
Right. We read that in Psalms, 92? The righteous shall, what does it say? We should flourish like the horns of a unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
Right. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. Right. You see that? So yeah, the wicked, their strength. The horn represents their strength. They're gonna be cut out the earth. We know that. Right? We know that when Christ comes, he's gonna destroy Esau and bring down the nations, destroy their strength, and then he's gonna do what? He's gonna put us in that stead. He's gonna take down one kingdom and put up another. And he's gonna rule it. Right? Any questions on that Psalms 75? I mean, pretty straightforward, right? Go to 76. Where you reading to? 76 and 6.
The book of Psalms, chapter 76, verse 1. In Judah is the Most High known.
Right?
His name is great in Israel.
In the world?
In Israel.
In the world.
In Israel.
Yeah, go ahead.
In Salem also is his tabernacle. And his dwelling place in Zion.
Right, when you go back into Genesis, remember it says Melchizedek, what was he, the king of Salem?
King of Salem.
Yeah, Salem, Jerusalem. Salem was just the ancient name for Jerusalem. That's all it is. It's the ancient name of Jerusalem, right? I believe when David got it, when David started to reign, they called it Jerusalem. Salem just means peace. The root word to Salem is shalom, peace. That's it. Simple, right? Go ahead. So what is he saying? That's where that's where the Most High is with the people. That's where his tabernacle. That's where it is, in those lands and those people. Go ahead.
I like that you said that because I used to live in Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem, Massachusetts. The Salem witch trials.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy over there. That was all witchery.
It was filthy.
They had a whole. They had like movies,
Yes.
and TV shows. Salem witch trials.
It's not the Salem in Massachusetts. It's not in New England.
It ain't the Salem. It ain't the Jerusalem. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
God. Verse 3. There break he the arrows of the bow,
Right.
the shield, and the sword, and the battle. Salah.
Right. So there break he the arrows. Meaning what? The Most High. When it comes to war, when it comes to these nations, he can break all that down, right? He has the power over them, and this is what he's going to go into in this Psalms. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Thou art more glorious.
Like the bringing down of the wicked. Go ahead.
Thou art more glorious and excellent than the mountains of prey. The stout-hearted are spoiled.
The what?
Stout-hearted are spoiled.
Come on.
They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands.
Why? Because the Most High, he can overpower. He can overtake. Go ahead.
At thy rebuke, O Most High of Jacob, both the chariot and horse are cast into a dead sleep.
Even thou, even thou, art to be feared. And whom may stand in thy sight when once thou art angry?
Yeah, when the Most High decides to deliver his judgment, it says, in his anger, he delivered sorrow to the wicked. Right? We talked about that earlier. When the Most High is ready to dish it out, who can stand before it? Again, nobody. Bro, it don't matter. Like, look again. No matter what, you look at the world. The Most High. It says he's angry with the wicked. Can we get that one?
All the day long.
All the day long. But then look at what he's doing to show it. Look at what he's doing to show it. He's melting this place. One side of America is frozen. The other side is melting, burning. That's just America. That's only America. If we just look on the whole scale of the map, oh my gosh. The whole Middle East is at war still. Don't let them lie to you thinking talking about peace, ceasefire. They haven't ceasefired yet. All right, don't let them cap, because Syria, Damascus, they still warring. So you got wars all over the place. You got tensions at any moment. Somebody say the wrong move, and it's up. Again, who is controlling these things at the highest levels to keep the wicked at bay? Well, read it real quick. Where we at?
Psalms chapter 7, verse 11. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day.
And he shows it every day. In some way, form, or fashion, he shows it every day. Right? And as stout-hearted as they get, they try to lift up their weapons, right? Their nuclear weapons, this weapon, that weapon. The Most High has the power to crush that. Did you finish?
That was verse 11, yes, sir.
Okay, that's it on that. Where you at?
Psalm chapter 76, verse 8. Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven. The earth feared, and was still. When Yahweh arose to judgment, to save all the meek of the earth. Salah.
Right.
Surely the wrath of man shall praise thee. The remainder of wrath,
The remainder.
the remainder of wrath shall thou restrain.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when these kings get more wrathful, it shows the Most High's glory even more. Because the more they turn up, the more he turns up. And it says the remainder, when you go into that, it says, and the remainder of wrath shall thou restrain. When you go into like that Hebrew, it says that he wear them like a garment. he girded up himself with that wrath. When you go into that Hebrew, go ahead.
Verse 11. Bow and pay unto the Lord your God. Let all that be round about him bring presents unto him that ought to be feared.
Right. Go ahead.
He shall cut off the spirit of the princes.
Go ahead.
He is terrible to the kings of the earth.
Yeah, those princes, that pride, right? How does those princes move? Arrogant. So he's gonna cut that spirit off. And those kings that come, those kings that birth those princes, they're gonna be shut down too. And we've seen it. All you gotta do is just again look at history. You have a king, and you got his prideful son that pops up, and what does the Most High do? Get the king out the way. Let the son come. Let him do his thing. Get him out the way. Next, next, right? You stout-hearted. Let's see how stout you really are. Right? Where we at? You're reading to verse 8 in 77. Verse 8.
Psalm chapter 77, verse 1. I cried unto the Most High with my voice, even unto the Most High with my voice, and he gave ear unto me. In the day of my trouble, I sought the Lord. My sore ran in the night.
Right. My sore ran in the night. What is he saying? He's saying that he made prayers all through the night. His hands was lifted up to the Most High. Right. Go ahead.
And cease not.
Right. Go ahead.
My soul refused to be comforted.
That word there, my sore, that word there in the Hebrew is yad. Hand. Go ahead.
My soul refused to be comforted. I remembered Yahweh, and I was troubled. I complained, and my spirit was overwhelmed.
Yeah, I remembered Yahweh, and I was troubled. Like, think about it. You know, when you're going through something, and and I think we all go through this, man. You be going through things. You're like, damn, my day, my week, my month, my year. You're like, dang. And then when you give it back to the Most High and say, damn, the Most High is responsible for my goings, you're like, golly, that's scary as hell. It's scary to know that he's bringing me through all these things, but I haven't sunken into these things.
God.
In one moment of me not moving the right way, I could be gone. But have I always moved the right way? Have I gotten weak? Of course, we all have. Because again, if you say, oh no, he's capping, you're lying.
Yeah.
We've all moved out of the way of the Most High as far as a thought process or even an action. But he still didn't allow you to fall into those depths, that pit. And that's even a scary thing like that. The Most High, I was having a conversation with Kazakia a couple of weeks ago about just kind of this very thing. Like, man, the Most High is like great. And it's to the point where you can't really fathom the greatness. You just kind of got to just look at your situation and just be thankful. Right? And be thankful that through all the mistakes, through all the things you do, through all the things you say, through all the thought process, the Most High still has that leniency.
Yep.
Right? Because then you can look around at other people and they don't get that grace. They don't get that mercy. And that is a scary thing to think about. What's that?
I was gonna say, just on that, like how we were talking about we're the wicked. And there's in that other Psalm 73.
Right.
Well, they look at us like how we almost nigh slip at looking at them.
Uh-huh.
They slip looking at us because they're like, okay, they go through something, but it don't hit them as hard. It's not as detrimental to them as when I make my money. Or
No, you're right, because when brothers be in the mall and they come up like, man, how y'all making it? How y'all doing?
right,
And it's like, we just serve the Lord. We just a bunch of dudes selling some oils and setting up prayers.
con.
Like, y'all really make money over here?
Oh man, someone asked that
Right, and it's like,
a couple weeks ago.
or they pop in like, man, y'all still here? And like surprised to see you after 15 years. Like, yeah, still here? Man, that's good, man. Y'all must be doing something good. The Most High must really have an eye out for y'all. I've heard that. I've heard people say, man, God must really have some favor on y'all. And it's like, yeah.
Con, I mean, we take our checks, we take the correction, but it's not to our damnation in the correction.
Right.
Like when the Most High, like it says the candle of the wicked is often put out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, they're put out and they got to go try to do something else to come back up. But we take a little check, we take low for a little bit, and the Most High brings us back up.
Because he wants to see how you're going to deal with that.
Right.
If I abase you, how do you take it? Do you get all, throw a hissy fit? Oh, phooey. Why me? Right? You start questioning, or do you just say, okay, I get it. I've been here before, right? I cried unto the Most High with my voice, even unto the Most High with my voice, and he gave ear unto me. Let me do that. Let me not complain. Let me just do that while I keep handling business. What's up, Gabar?
Why is it that they look at y'all like that, like, why y'all still here, but they don't look at like the other carts or the other businesses like that?
Because we've been there. And yeah, I mean, businesses been there, came and gone. Just on that level, bro. We've been in the same spot, right? We've been in basically the same spot of the mall for the last almost 9 years. I think we moved twice for like a couple of months, but for the most part, we've been in front of that Victoria's Secret for like 10 years, right? 9 years, 8 years, something like that. So they're looking at the longevity and they're saying, damn, okay, I done seen the t-shirt dudes gone, I done seen this jewelry cat come and go, I done seen
Multiple different cologne carts
come and go, different owners come and go.
Vape shops,
Yeah,
t-shirts.
vape, t-shirt, right? But then what do they look at? They're looking at, he been a staple, right? Even if there is a business that's there for a minute, they turning over employees crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And that shows that that's not a feasible means. But they look at our longevity, they look at the fact that they look at our spirit. Some people just come to that cart just to hang out because of the spirit. Not even for the product. The product is us.
Yeah.
And they look at that and they're like, "Damn, y'all got something going over here," right? And some of them attributed to the Most High, some of it attributed to good business, some of it attributed to different things, but we know what it is.
Yeah. So some just come to gaze upon the beauty of
Yashagar?
and be healed.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they come to look him in his eyes and be, he said, and be healed. Yeah, that's real. They be saying that. They want to be healed. They come to look at the skirt of his garment, the hem of his garment.
Oh, if they touch the hem of the garment, they gonna be in the kingdom.
They come. You know you like it, right? But no, you know, they do look at us on a level like, how are y'all doing it? How are y'all making it? They do that, right? But they don't get it that it's because we're trusting in the Most High.
Yeah.
We have that faith. We setting up our prayers. We're casting that burden on him. We're unified together, fighting for each other, not selfish, right? So he's right on that. Like, I didn't even think about that angle. And it happens, man. They come up like, man, y'all still here. That's what's up. Thought y'all have been long gone. Remember after the pandemic, we came back. They're like, man, y'all back. Yeah, damn, man. But then you know how many businesses weren't able to come back after the pandemic?
Yeah.
Not a lot, bro. Most High had grace on us.
No.
You know, so, and that's not just here in Houston. That's VA, Rochester. It's the same thing. It's the same spirit. So
Right, and it goes beyond the mall. We just use the mall as an example.
the mall is the example because that's where brothers be at, and that's where you get those actual real live interactions. You see what I'm saying? Where you're gonna see the same people over and over and over, and they get to see you over and over and over.
Yeah.
And then you get to make those judgments there, and they get to ask those questions and have that interaction. So
You get to see it, and they get to see it.
yep, they see you, you see them.
You know, scriptures also say that the whore envious the righteous woman.
The righteous woman.
Like
Mhm.
why? Like outwardly, it looked like the whore is getting what she wants, right? She's getting the men, she's getting the gifts, but she's getting checked and going through different things in a different way. When she sees this righteous woman that goes through things, she gets checked. She has her issues. She goes through things. But it ain't like what that whore is going through. And that's why she envies it. She's like, man, she has stability in life. I want that.
Trump says he will most likely give TikTok. Oh wow, Trump is about to give TikTok a 90-day extension.
Oh, I thought that was done.
You know, he rocking with China.
And then it's not gonna happen. It's still TikTok's still gonna be around.
It's Trump, bro. It's gonna happen. He gonna give him 90 days. He the president.
Gone.
He just ended the war.
Oh, just by getting elected.
By getting elected, he just ended the war. He's that powerful. They asked Biden. They said in his last little address, they asked him. They said, "So who's responsible for the ceasefire? Is it Trump or is it your administration?" And he was walking off, and he turned around all old and slow, and he was like, "Is that a joke?" And then walked off. This nigga's bugging. He was like, "Yo, is that a joke?" Because he's taking credit for the ceasefire.
Right.
We all know. We all know it's Trump, bro. That man got elected and stock. That man got elected and the stock market went up.
Gone. People start flooding into the mall when he got elected. Like people start spending money.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what? I was asking myself this day. I was like, what changed in the world that made people want to spend money?
Trump got elected.
That's all it was. Him.
He got elected, bro. That's crazy.
I'm like, people dropping dough like they just got tax returns.
Yep.
That's funny.
Where we at?
Psalm chapter 77, verse 4.
Right. Go ahead.
Thou holdest my eyes waking.
Right.
I am so troubled that I cannot speak.
Yeah. Eyes waking. Can't get no sleep. Right. Can't get no sleep. Go ahead.
I have considered the days of old,
Right.
the years of ancient times. I call to remembrance my song in the night. I commune with my own heart, and my spirit make diligent search. Will the Lord cast off forever?
Right. So what is he doing, man? He's searching himself.
Yep,
Examining himself, calling back again. Like when you read his Psalms, they kind of all saying the same thing, right? I'm going through this thing. Even with like David, when we read those earlier Psalms, I'm going through something. I recognize it. Lord help. I'm going through something. I recognize it. Lord help. It's the same thing here. I'm going through a thing. I call on the Most High. I'm recognizing it. I'm examining. Yeah, I almost slipped. I didn't slip too far because I had to realize where I should be, right? It's something that it's lessons that we all can learn from. It's not nothing super deep. That's the point. We all go through these things. We all go through these things, no matter what level you're on. There's always something where you're like, golly, God damn it, I'm going through this.
Yeah.
Gotta go back to the Most High. You just have to, right? Go ahead.
And he will be favorable. Wait, will the Lord cast off forever?
Right.
And will he be favorable no more?
Right. Is his mercy clean gone forever? Doeth his promise fail forevermore? Absolutely not. God forbid. God forbid. It's about our patience. He don't work necessarily on our time. You gotta have patience. You have to go through the steps. You have to go, if there's a punishment, Well, you got to go through the steps of the punishment. If there's a repentance, you got to go through the repentance. But you have to accomplish the thing before you get what you want. And I think a lot of the times we forget that. We're like, oh, I messed up. We praying in the Most High. Bro, like, give it some time. Settle in your thoughts. Work it out. 9, verse 9, have God forgotten to be gracious? That's wild. No, of course not. Of course he hasn't forgotten to be gracious. He hasn't consumed us. He hasn't destroyed us off the face of the earth.
But these are just the feelings. When you're going through, when you're in the midst of it.
When you're in the midst, when you're knee deep in the mud, this is how I feel like. Man, I'm catching it. Right?
Right.
Have he in anger shut up his tender mercies? Selah. Now watch this. And I said this in my infirmity.
Keyword.
But I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. So what is he going back to? I'm going to go back to when the Most High was delivering the children of Israel through their calamities, through their infirmities. I'm going to go back to those thoughts. I'm going to look at the days of old so I don't get caught up in my present infirmities. I don't get caught up in my present thoughts. So you got like a man like Hezekiah, King Hezekiah, who was hit with a illness, and the Most High said, you got these many years to live. Then what? Most High said, you know what? Do this, do that. And he extended his life. Right? Was that him where they put the figs on the, and they boiled them and they put them on his, that was Hezekiah, right? So they put the figs on the boil. Watch. Figs, boil. Back. Right. Isaiah said, let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover. Isaiah 38:21. Who is this talking about? This was Hezekiah. This was Hezekiah. Right? Isaiah 38:1. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death. Right? When you jump down, verse 21, for Isaiah said, let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the boil, and he shall recover. Hezekiah also said, what is the sign that I shall go up to the house of the Lord? So it goes on, but he was sick unto death, but Most High gave him a span, like, look, you're going to die in this time. But then what? Gave him a way to recover and extended his life, right? Same thing with Israel. When you look at Israel, when we was getting smashed by Assyria, by Syria, was getting beat down by Syria, the walls was ripped up, temple ransacked, and then he sends in Jeroboam II, right? King Jeroboam II, and what did he do? He kind of gave us that second chance. He restored the military, he rebuilt the walls. He was a tyrant to that Syrian king and the Assyrians, giving us that second chance, right? Saying, okay, look, even though I'm going through this, the Most High still got my back. And it's really up to you to take that chance, man, and run with it the right way, right? Even when David made his mistakes, committed his sins, and the Most High put a judgment on him, David didn't go back to those sins, right? David didn't go back and do those things. Just kept it moving and took a hold of that grace and of that mercy. So that's what we have to do. Look at our forefathers, look at the foremothers, and say, okay, the Most High had mercy and grace on them all.
Right.
He delivered them out of many different troubles and calamities. And I mean, not to downplay anybody, but you know, I think their situations were a little bit deeper. Their calamities were a little bit more, they were a little bit, what's the word? Pressing.
And a lot of the calamities were unto blood.
That's the point. Life and death. And I'm saying nobody's not dealing with that, because we got sick brothers and sisters amongst us. But the Most High, he can heal that. He can heal that. That's the point. Look at the people of old, right? Look at the forefathers and the foremothers of old. He can heal that. You just gotta believe he can. I know sometimes, man, it's like, damn, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. Sure. When am I gonna get this thorn removed? In some cases, you kind of gotta live with it. But even in that, there's a way to live with it to where you're not aggravated by it, where it doesn't consume you, where you're still able to do the things you need to do for the Most High, for yourself, for your family, and not let that thorn be the excuse. So, you know, I mean, good lessons here. What verse did I stop at? What verse did I stop at? I remember verse 11. I will remember the works of the Lord. So this is Psalm 77 and 11. I remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate also of thy work and talk of thy doings. Thy way, O God, is in the sanctuary. See that? Thy way, O God, is in the sanctuary. Again, that holiness, that set apartness, that the duty, right? The worship, that's where he wants us. That's the shadow, that's the covering that he wants us under, right? And this is not a Levite thing, this is a nation thing. I think One was articulating that earlier, that it wasn't just a Levite thing, and I don't think hopefully I wasn't coming across like it was just a Levite thing, right? Because it's not a Levite thing, it's a nation thing. He wants us all in the mind of the sanctuary, set apart, holy, duties, jobs, worship, piety towards him. Who is so great a God as our God? Right? Verse 14, thou art the power that doest wonders. Thou hast declared thy strength among the people. Thou hast with thine arm redeemed thy people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph, Selah. Right? And then what he's going to do here in these last couple of verses is go right back into Egypt. Right? He's going to go back to those wondrous works that happened in Egypt to remember, wait, look at what the Most High delivered the people from. So if he can do this for the people, I'm one of the people. He'll deliver me too. And that's how you got to look at it, right? 16, the waters saw thee, O God, and verse 16, the waters saw thee, O God, the waters saw thee, they were afraid. The depths also were troubled. The clouds poured out water and water. The sky sent out a sound. Thy arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. The lightnings lightened the world. The earth trembled and shook. Thy way is in the sea, and thy path in the great waters. And thy footsteps are not known. Didn't he not lead us through the waters?
Right.
Right? Red Sea, Jordan. Right? He moved that water out the way, dry land, covered up the footsteps, covered up the tracks. Right back. Thou leddest thy people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron.
Wow.
So what is that? What does that look like? Well, the Most High is he'll send that help. He'll send you that salvation, right? And it comes usually in the form of man, the brethren, the sisters you got around you, the unity. He said in unity there he commanded the blessing. Psalms 133, we read it all the time. It's the unity of a thing. It's the unity of the people where the blessings come. You might be going through a thing. You just never know what a brother or sister got for you, but you got to be around that brother or sister to know. Right? Form those bonds. So any questions on the reading? Yeah.
I was going to read something.
You can read whatever you want.
It's 2 Maccabees chapter 6.
2 Maccabees 6, okay.
Yes, sir. Chapter 12, verse through 16.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, it says,
What are you reading this about?
everything is true. We'll bring it out about the Lord, how He takes care of His people, that what we're going through, the calamities, all that,
Right?
and that we don't see this with the other nations. We see it with our people, majority of our people.
Yep.
And,
Second Maccabees 6.
2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 12. Now I beseech thee, I beseech those that read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities,
Yep.
but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction,
Go ahead.
but for the chastity of our nation.
He said he chastised those that he loved. Go ahead.
For it is a token of his great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbear to punish, till they become to the fullness of their sins. So dealeth he with us. And this to me, when it shows that he's always whipping us, he's keeping us from going to all the way to the deep end. He tries to keep us in line where he lets the other nations go all the way to the end. Lest that, being come to the height of sin, afterwards he should take vengeance of us. And therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us.
He never does what?
Never withdraweth his mercy from us.
Because part of that mercy is to show you what you're doing wrong and correct you. Go ahead.
And though he punished with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people.
See that? And that's the point. We're not forsaken. It might feel like it sometimes, but you just got to step back and look at your individual life. You know, look at the nation as a whole. I mean, there's no way that us as a people go through the things that we've been through and not have the Most High on our side. That's just fact. You don't go through that chattel slavery. You don't go through the crack epidemic. They call it an epidemic. You don't go through crack epidemic. You don't go through slavery. You don't go through just the things in America that we went through. You don't go through that and not have the Most High on your side. Again, any nation that would have went through that on their own, they're off the planet. Bottom line, they all jumping overboard during the slave ships.
Yeah.
They all take me now, right? They're not going to be able to deal with that. So, any questions on the reading or off the reading? Yeah, y'all like that. Y'all like that. Smacked up yesterday. Beat down that Mary. Was getting beat up in that virgin birth. Anything online? Come on. Just remember, we got just a reminder, get your garment money, brothers, if you haven't. Try to get it all the way in there. That leather, they got to get that leather for the garments. I think they ordered all the other things, but they got to get that leather. So complete your payment for the garment. Remember, we got to pay for, we got to get the lamb, we got to get the location. So I already got that reserved, but we got to pay for that. So remember, it's what is it, $250 a family, a household? What we do?
Oh, for the lamb?
Yeah, just for the Passover, it covers location. Yeah, $250 a family. So you know how it go when y'all get y'all
Income tax.
you get that Trump income tax that's supposed to be stout. It's gonna be thicker with Trump.
Bruh.
It's gonna be thicker with Trump. Watch. The savior of America.
Is it the same for individuals?
No. We'll talk about it. We'll talk. No. It's $250 a family. We can work out something for the individuals because, give what you can. Basically, you can't do the $250. Get what you can. Give what you can. Still got to work out the travel arrangements. Did she?
No.
Okay. She found some spots. I told her to get what you were locked around.
Okay. she probably got a lot of
Shoot it in the chat. She's better off getting it too because you're more available. But yeah, we got to work out the travel. I mean, we're already halfway through January, so
It's coming.
Man.
it's happening. Can't fight it.
Don't fight it, get
Don't fight it,
excited.
just let it happen. So, all right. If that's it, I might give them. We'll point you how you watch it. Rise and fix these. Hey, you want to do it? So bad.
I know.
I know it. Yeah. I can hold it. By this time, it's like, yes. That's crazy. It's like, oh, let's get on back. That's what it does. It sucks the minerals out. Get all the bambinos in here. All the bambinos. The bar. Let's move over a little bit. Yeah. Last week, Noah's face was in the camera. Look at that. No. Who that was? Yeah. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Listen to us right now.
Listen to us right now.
Said Michael.
Said Michael.
And the righteous angels.
And the righteous angels.
To watch over.
To watch over.
Bless. Heal. Protect.
Make
strong.
Make strong.
The people of Israel.
The people of Israel.
Also sent unto us.
Much
wisdom.
Knowledge.
Much understanding. Much patience. Much faith. Much brotherhood.
Much brotherhood.
Much love.
And much love.
Spiritual power.
To
forgive all of our sins.
Yahweh
Shai come quickly. For in thee is our hope. Forever. Amen.
Amen.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Ahawa. Latana Hafawara.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Ahawa. Latana Hafawara. No, Salakia. A war. Let's do it again. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Ahawa.
Latana
A war.
La Ra'ah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Ahawa.
Latana
Ayal. Para.
La Korah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai. Ahawa.
Latana
Shaman.
Zayat.
Lamashah.
Yasharal.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
And we the money at the end if anybody needs it. This is Psalms 92. It is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
To give thanks unto Yahweh.
To give thanks to Yahweh.
To sing praises to thy name.
To sing praises to thy name.
Almost high.
Almost high.
To show forth thy loving kindness.
To show forth thy loving kindness.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Thy faithfulness every night.
Thy faithfulness every night.
Upon the instrument of 10 strings.
Upon the instrument of 10 strings.
And upon the psaltery.
And upon the psaltery.
Upon the harp with a solemn sound.
Upon the harp with a solemn sound.
For thou Yahweh.
For thou Yahweh.
Hast made me glad through thy work.
Has made me glad through thy
I
works.
will triumph in the works of thy hands.
I will triumph in the works of thy
O
hands.
Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
How great are thy works.
How great are at
Thy
words.
thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very
A
deep.
brutish man knoweth not.
A brutish man knoweth not.
Neither do a fool understand this.
Neither does a fool understand this.
When the wicked spring as the grass.
When the wicked spring as the grass.
When all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
When all the works of iniquity do flourish.
It is that day shall be destroyed forever.
It is that they shall be destroyed forever.
But thou,
Yahweh,
art most high forevermore.
are most high forevermore.
Below thine enemies.
Below thy enemies.
O Yahweh.
O
Below thine enemies.
Below thy enemies.
Shall perish.
Shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity.
All the workers of iniquity
shall be scattered.
shall be scattered.
But my horn.
But my horn
Shalt thou exalt.
shalt thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
Like the horn of a
I
unicorn.
shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I shall be anointed with fresh
My
oil.
eye also shall see.
My eye also shall see.
My desire of my enemies.
My desire of my
My
enemies.
ear shall hear.
And my ear shall
My
hear.
desire of the wicked.
My desire of the wicked.
That rise up against me.
That rise up against
The
me.
righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm
He
tree.
shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh.
Those that be planted in the house of Jehovah
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Shall flourish in the courts of Yahweh.
shall flourish in the courts of Yahweh.
Shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
Shall still bring forth fruit in old
They
age.
shall be fat and flourishing.
They shall be fat and flourishing.
So that Yahweh is upright.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
He is my rock.
He is my rock.
There is no unrighteousness in him.
And there is no unrighteousness in him.
This is Psalms 133. Shayar.
Shayar.
Amalawat.
Amalawat. Ladawad. Anah. Matawad.
Wama.
Wama.
Ayam.
Na'ayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Akim.
Gum.
Gum.
Yachad.
Hashaman.
Hashaman.
Atawab.
Atawab.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Haraash.
Haraash.
Yerad.
Yerad.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Hazakwan.
Hazakwan.
Zakwan.
Zakwan.
Aharon.
Aharon.
Shayarad.
Shayarad.
Alpaya.
Alpaya.
Madawathiwa.
Madawathiwa.
Katol.
Katol.
Haramwan.
Haramwan.
Shayarad.
Shayarad.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Araria.
Araria.
Tazayawan.
Tazayawan.
Haya.
Haya.
Sham.
Sham.
Tazawah.
Tazawah.
Yahweh.
Ab.
Habaraka.
Habaraka.
Chayayam.
Chayayam.
Ai.
Aiwalam. Aman.
Psalms 133. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water.
God.
The God. Aman.
Circle up, circle up. Liquids. Yeah, you call it?
Mid Israel, I'm ready. Right.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua brought the thumb.
Kwame Sharada! Kwame Sharada! Kwame Sharada!
Y'all give me time. Turn to face the sisters. Moshe Shabbat, sisters rise. Call it.
Salute out to daughter of Zion. Mid Israel, I'm ready. Right.
Yahweh Shema Dan Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shema Dan Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Every time. Shalom to everybody online.
Shalom!